Beyond Saltmarsh is a game played by adults and recorded for an adult audience. Sometimes we use adult language and explore adult topics. Consider yourself warned.
Folk music in the woods, and we're back. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Beyond Saltmarsh. My name is Dave, your humble dungeon master. Back at it again, getting ready to dive back into the cauldrons and see what happens to our party. Thanks for joining us. We are the Superior Adventurers Guild. And let me introduce you to my good buddies here. Hey, fellas.
Hello there.
Hello.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Yes.
Great.
So
You guys fired up? Fired up for some D&D?
So
Is that what we're doing here? So ready.
I think so.
Ready.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Fragilities? Fragilities? Sorry.
Fragilites?
Fragilities.
Fragmites? Okay, that's enough. We appreciate you. Hey, guys, let's do this. Let's start by introducing ourselves. Is that how we do this? I can't remember. It's been a week. Andy, kick us off, please.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Andy. I'm playing Rhunar Deg, 8th level, human, sometimes dual sword wielding Battlemaster fighter, and captain of the Good Buddy. And he's currently laying unconscious, dreaming of better times in the past, and hopefully better times in the future.
Just snoring away.
Hello, I am Kirk. I am playing Byron Hern, the 7th level rogue, 1st level fighter. I'm mostly a rogue. I'm just a rogue, let's be honest here. And I'm looking forward to surgery on my 3 patients before me. With my new lovely assistant, Dan Virius, who has no idea what he's about to get himself into.
Crikey.
My friends.
And I just want everybody to know, just full transparency, Kirk did just get out of the shower.
If
So
you
we
have
appreciate
smell-o-vision, it'll pay off right now.
If you kids smell me, you'd tell me to get back in.
Oh, boy.
Ugh.
Wee. Ooh. Hi, Chad.
Ooh, hello. It's me, Chad. I play Tenoch Knucklebones, also an unconscious person due to intensive fighting with weird guy and lava and his little slug buddies. It wasn't lava. It was like hot acid, which is maybe worse than lava.
Hot acid.
Hot
70s.
acid. And I'm ready to, wake up and get on with my life as an adventurer.
Sure. Hi, I'm Michael. I'm playing Theo, who is so very glad that he left his phylactery aboard the ship before coming ashore, so that even if this does go entirely tits up, as a lich, he will still be okay. And that's really what matters. Wait. I'm a necromancer, not a lich. No, I'm a hexblade warlock and not a necromancer who's not a lich.
Here's the irony, Michael. Here's the irony. Actually, you're a changeling.
I've been
multiple personality disorder.
Acting so well, I've even fooled myself. Acting. Take it away, Dave.
And scene. Well, we appreciate y'all joining us tonight. We do have a couple of announcements to get through before we dive into this episode. Let's kick it off with Andy.
Andy.
What? Me?
Yeah, man.
Dave, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Have you ever been cold?
Whew, have I?
Well, let me tell you, we have hoodies for sale in our merch store. Check it out. Click on that link. We got hoodies. We got crew neck sweatshirts. We got long sleeve t-shirts for those days that aren't cold, but maybe a little chilly. We got kids shirts, onesies, wall art, totes.
Yes.
My personal favorite, mugs, coffee mugs. Come on.
Don't make me laugh so much. I still got a bruised rib, and that hurts. Stop.
Stickers, magnets. Get your merch.
We kind of got everything. Check it out.
Wow.
I think if you buy something, we get like $1 or $2. I can't remember how it works, but basically we all are buying the shirts, and they're actually nice shirts, aren't they? They feel nice, good quality, got a cool logo, etc.
I know.
Andy,
I think each week I'm actually just trying to get you guys to buy the merch.
I heard there's a rumor that you're going to design a new shirt for us.
It's gonna happen.
There's a lot of rumors about
Yeah.
Andy.
Very many rumors have been floating around. Chad, there's some rumors that you're going to spread.
Yeah. Hey, Andy, have you ever been sitting at your house thinking about, oh man, I don't have anyone to play games with?
Why, yes, I have.
Hey, check it out. I have the thing for you. October 1st through the 3rd, virtual GreyhawkCon. You could go to this link and find plenty of games on those weekends to play with people just like yourselves who are interested in the wonderful world of Greyhawk. You can even play with us. Dave specifically is running the Siege of Westkeep on Saturday. It's going to be super cool. And you know, maybe that weekend's not your thing. Check it out. I got you covered. Right? October 21st through the 23rd, Gamehole Con and virtual Gamehole Con. If you're into physical gaming, you can go to Madison, Wisconsin, to the largest RPG convention in the Midwest. Or if you're not into the interpersonal thing, I get it right now. It's been a year, right? Virtual Gamehole Con. You can go and still play games just in this kind of format where you're online, talking through a camera, rolling dice, and still having a good time. To include, play some games with us. I will personally be running. Oh boy, what are my games called again?
Xeno Dead Zone.
I will be running Assault on Europa 2, a Xeno Dead Zone adventure, heavily inspired by Alien and Aliens, the movies, classic coming of age stories, and Bearcats to the Rescue, a game of intergalactic youth saving their parents, perhaps from an alien menace, not unlike that movie Red Dawn that we all grew up loving.
The Hunt for Red Dawn.
So if you find yourself like Andy in need of people to play with in the beginning or the end of October, check out those links. We got you covered.
Would now be a good time to mention I've never actually seen Red Dawn, either version.
Excuse me? All right, guys, we're going to have to call it a night.
Yeah, we got to go watch Red Dawn.
Go ahead and just click that little red phone button down below. And hang up.
Maybe we should have a watch party.
Yeah.
Red Dawn watch party.
Let's do it.
Original, though. We got to go original.
Yeah.
It's okay, Maddie. Oh, Patrick Swayze is so good.
Perhaps you're interested in continuing in a time such as this where you are watching people play a game together and you have nothing else to do tomorrow from 7 p.m. Central Standard Time and 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. You could join us right here for the show that I DM, Midwinter Keening, the campaign setting of Svealand, very Norse-inspired, very Viking-esque, it's cold there right now. It's wintertime. And it's a good time. So you can join us there. I'm excited. It'll be fun.
Kirk, who are these viewers that you bring in from your stream who have never seen Red Dawn? What is that all about? Where do you find these people?
Well,
Zimcolo.
They find me.
Okay, it's like a moth to a flame is what I'm thinking.
So maybe we actually should, prior to that con, have a showing night, just a special onesie Saturday something perhaps, where we watch Red Dawn. And we can all do it together. Hell, I've done that before with other groups. It's a good time.
You guys, if you're interested, maybe we'll do something on Discord, perhaps. Follow us on Twitter, and maybe we'll announce something there if we want to do. That'd be fun. We've been talking about doing something like that. I don't know how that works, but I'm sure we can figure it out. Andy G3D, thanks for the resub, buddy. Oh wait, that's you.
Anytime. Yeah.
Oh, nice. We also subscribe to our own show, the guys.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes around here. Somebody's got to subscribe to this damn show. Let's see. What else? Michael? You had an announcement, didn't you?
If anyone's in the Pittsburgh or Western Pennsylvania, Eastern Ohio area, free Friday night, my fencing club Broken Plow is having our monthly Friday night fight. Come show up, watch me probably get the other side of my rib cage bruised as we spar it, probably slightly faster than we should because we're definitely a little drunk.
Oh, swords and booze. That's always a good combination. I like it. And Kirk, finally to you, buddy.
Hulk Hogan's birthday's today.
Hey, Hulk.
Viola
Thanks
Davis.
for watching. Thanks for watching,
Chris
Viola. Oh,
yeah,
Chris.
Chris Hemsworth.
Back to you, Dave.
He's 38.
It's a
Wow.
What?
He's an old
Chris
timer.
Hemsworth is younger than us.
Whoa.
Wait,
Speak
I'm
for yourself.
only 31. Get out of here.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kirk
well,
is.
he's younger than the rest of us.
Kirk's like a little kid.
I remember
It
grade school.
explains a lot. It explains a lot, folks. It also explains this Zim Colo person that keeps popping in here. Actually, Zim Colo, we do appreciate you, but you do need to watch Red Dawn. Okay, I have an announcement, guys. By now you're familiar with the Beyond Saltmarsh show, the campaign, etc., but you may not be familiar with the fact that we have a campaign sponsor. Kirk, let me ask you a question. Have you ever wanted to play D&D on Twitch on a stream that was sponsored by CZRPG?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, guess
How do I
what? You
do it?
are, buddy. You're doing it.
No way.
Yeah. The great folks at CZRPG, including our good friend Christian, have come on as sponsors of our show for this entire campaign. I don't even remember. They've been around for a long time. We appreciate your support, Christian. They create all kinds of really cool content for 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, including unique settings, character options, map packs, adventures, all kinds of cool lore-based supplements that you can work into your campaigns. Perhaps if you're not a DM, you just want to read it because it's cool, or you want to gift something to your very favorite DM. That happens sometimes, guys. Hint, hint. Van Richten's Pocketbook to Ravenloft is our giveaway tonight. It looks really sweet, and actually, don't I have something here? Let's see. Where is it? Oh, wait for it, guys. Wait for it. Keep waiting for it. Kabam. There it is. This is a 77-page PDF that's packed with 5 domains of dread that are completely fleshed out. I added that. Over a dozen new monsters, a new race, the Lycan, subclasses, a cursed ranger being one of them, which I'm very into. I like rangers, as you all know, and a bunch of magic items. Not to mention, fellas, 5 full color maps and a couple of diagrams of Kirk's ceiling. So, in order to enter this giveaway, all you have to do is type the keyword CZRPG into the chat tonight. Zimcolo, did I say that right? Jump in there. I want to see you win this tonight, okay? CZRPG. Andy's going to show you how to do it. It's really easy. We're going to draw a winner at the end of the stream. Van Richten's Pocketbook to Ravenloft. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. I'm excited. I wish I would have had this a ways back in our ongoing Curse of Strahd campaign that's about to end. I think we have one more session. But anyways, we'll get to that some other time. Thank you all for watching.
I want to pitch something to Christian real quick.
Do it.
Christian.
Do it.
I just want to say, perhaps Across Barovia in 10 days needs to be your next product.
Ooh. I like that. I like that. I think like a parody adventure of like Road Trip.
Like Road Trip? Well, I was thinking of like Rick Steves.
I like it.
The travel guy, the travel guru.
Oh, yeah. You could do a food travel show, all those dream pastries. Ooh la la. Anyways, enough of that. We're getting really sidetracked here. Guys, let's dive into some D&D. What do you think?
Yes, please.
Yep.
Somewhere around here, I've got a recap. Ah, yes. In our last episode, the Dead Gang jumped back into the action mid-battle with the Mosengi, an aberrant plague creature connected in some way to Dr. Grah's research on the Chrysos Theory. Dr. Grah, of course, being the man that you sought to retrieve along with his cargo for your employer, a wealthy Monmergian businessman named Alesko Mariconia. But the Mosengi, a paragon of biological evolution, had a different plan, one of consumption. And so the battle raged on in the cauldrons, a desolate Badlands-esque type of landscape with erupting acid geysers, crystalline spiders, labyrinthine canyons. You fought bravely against this monster, utilizing just about everything you had in your arsenal to thwart its machinations of absorption and extinction. Its tentacles grasping and its mandibles biting, its preternatural speed allowing it to pounce from location to location, and don't forget the poisonous, wretched spittle bombs that it threw at you along the way. But with your scimitars and packed weapons and arrows, Byron surprising all of us with a bow attack, you wore the creature down. And with a resounding blast of magic missiles, Tenoch dealt the killing blow, causing Mosengi's body to erupt with a clutch of maggot spawn. Theo was paralyzed by the bites as they swarmed him. Byron came to his rescue with a potion of gaseous form, allowing Theo to float away to safety. The maggots turned on Byron, taking him down and nearly killing him for his bravery. Rhunar ran in and healed Byron with a potion from the maggots. The maggots engulfed Rhunar, doing severe damage. More magic missiles come in from Tenoch before Rhunar was knocked down. Tenoch used Thunderwave multiple times to avoid his own swarm problems, while Theo materialized and began firing away with Eldritch Blasts to save his friends. He then heroically positioned himself over Tenoch while Danverius was stabilizing Rhunar. But in a bit of irony, a geyser erupted nearby, spewing forth acidic plume that took down both Theo and Tenoch. And with the three companions unconscious, Byron and Danverius killed off the last of the maggots. They dragged the bodies of Rhunar, Theo, Tenoch, and the mysterious Omen woman that you had attempted to revive, dragging them to safety, stabilizing the wounded, and settling in to defend your party against the next challenge that this crazy dungeon master might throw at you. And that, my friends, is where we pick up the action. Tenoch, Theo, Rhunar unconscious, Byron and Danverius standing watch, wounded, in some cases severely. Byron, what would you like to do?
Well, I'm pretty much. I think. Oh man, I think I have like 7 life. I'm bleeding out as I'm standing over them. So I'm gonna kind of just have my dagger out, and I'm gonna just be watching the horizon, walking back and forth a little bit, maybe looking at Danverius, being like, "Hey, you doing okay, man?" Going back to standing watch.
Danverius throws you some bandages from his healer's kit. Yo, attend to your wounds, mate. You're looking terrible.
Sweet. Oh man, I feel terrible. I'm gonna start wrapping up my bandages. Man, dude, what do you think? Should we see if these guys have any sweet loot on them?
You kidding, right?
Yeah, of course. Danverius, you're not even laughing? Come on. Gosh, these are my friends.
Yeah, it is pretty funny, but hits a little close to home. You did steal from me, so
I was just seeing if you'd notice.
Yeah, I
And
did.
you did.
I did. Yeah, I did.
Well
notice.
done. Well done.
What do you make of her? And he points over at the woman.
Well, my theory is that it's that one of those woman people, that Zanara lady. Zara? Oh, I can't remember.
Zanara,
her name
I think.
exactly. Yeah, Zanara. Yep. I have a feeling she was out here trying to kill that thing, and she's gonna wake up. She might be pissed when she wakes up. We already tied her up, right?
She's going to be pissed about a bunch of stuff, including the fact that her friend is gone, torn in half, if I remember correctly.
Yep. But we didn't do that, thankfully.
No, she doesn't look good. You look over at her, and she does not look good. From what you can see, without much of a thorough examination or investigation, you can just see that across her face. If you recall, there was one of those skulking cysts attached to her face, a face hugger, if you will, in the parlance of Alien. But you had ripped it off of her. She has what appear to be massive scars that are bright red, almost like infections, where the thing had grasped her. And a little bit of like a frothy spittle kind of draining from her mouth. But that's about all you can tell from just a glance.
Oh damn.
What are we gonna do with her?
Well, you don't think you don't think one of those things is inside of her, do you? Do you think it's possible?
Anything's possible, I guess. Around
Ah,
here.
man.
This place is the pits.
Man.
Get it?
Do you have any
Pits.
medical training? Do you know how to like
Well,
see if anyone's okay?
I mean, I could take a look.
Yeah, take a look. You check her. I'll keep looking at the horizon. I'll keep looking around.
Oh, maybe you could give me a hand.
Yeah. And I'll like go over and I'll kind of like stand behind him and like try and help him, but also try to keep my eye out behind us.
Okay. Why don't you roll a medicine check with advantage for Danverius, and it'll be a +5. I always get nervous now when I don't hear anything. I'm like, did the stream drop? Oh my god!
23.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so you peel back some of her her garments to see if she has any additional wounds. You kind of pat around her arms and her abdomen, her legs to see if there's blood. There are patches of wet crimson blood on her clothing. She doesn't look good. Her breathing is shallow and labored. There is perspiration, almost like she's feverish, if you will. And if when you kind of get down and you kind of put your ear down to like her chest, and you can kind of hear this gurgling sound as she's breathing, and it's almost like there's fluid in her lungs.
Oh shit. I'm gonna cut the well, we have her all tied up. I'm gonna cut the ropes off her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn her onto her side. I'm gonna be like, Danverius, go find us something to eat. Go find food.
Yeah, around
you
here?
know, water. Do you have water? Do you have water on you?
Just a little bit left in this water skin, and he hands
Give
it
it
to
to
you.
me. And I'll like try to. Well, no, she's unconscious. Can't really give it to her. Yeah, I don't know what to do, Danverius.
Tenoch, roll a d6 for me. Yeah, I mean, there may not be much we can do for her. Mate, but we can't leave her here.
No,
Right?
of course not. She'll die here.
We all may die if we can't get these fellas healed somehow.
I'm out of potions. I gave my last one to her.
Tenoch, what'd you roll? I got nothing. This healer's kit's not gonna do us much good.
No, you know, I don't know if we have a choice, dude.
Do
Maybe
any
we
of
should
these
start moving them out of here?
Any of your mates have anything that we can use?
Oh, shoot. You check Rhunar. I'll check Theo, and we'll both check Tenoch after that.
Yeah. All right. So, what does Theo find on, or what does Byron find on Theo? Anything useful in this matter?
Does he go into the bag of holding?
I will. Looking for specifically health potions.
The only potion in there is a potion of unclouded thoughts. There's a healer's kit too, but that's not going to do a lot of books.
Yep. Yeah.
Pipeweed and a pipe.
There's a
Wait.
lot of stuff in here.
The pipe weed might come in handy.
No. We'll leave it in there.
Yeah, probably a good idea. All right. I'm gonna look in Rhunar stuff here. lots of weapons. Jesus.
Yeah, he's got a lot of weapons.
Oh, that's got to be heavy. What does he find? Anything of use?
Just high healer's kit, rations, water skin,
He'll pull out the water skin.
grappling hook, rope.
Yeah.
Survival equipment.
But
pretty much.
no healing
no
potions or okay.
No. I
All
used
right.
my last one on Byron.
We got one water skin at least. I mean, that's something.
All right. Set it aside. We let's check Tenoch. He might have something on him.
One thing you may have very specifically noticed that Theo had is he does have a water skin full of holy water in the bag.
Would I know it's holy water? I don't think I would.
It says holy water right on it.
He very meticulously notes and tabs everything he owns so that it's easily readable, dude. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
You might not.
Masking tape and fantasy Sharpies.
All right.
That's
if
right.
I found that water skin, I'll probably have pulled that one out too.
Okay.
Then set that aside.
What about Tenoch?
So you want to know what kind of things you might find on me?
Specifically, do you have any health potions that we're looking for?
I have a potion that I would guess does not look the same as a health potion.
Yeah.
What do you
I
make
probably
of
won't
this?
Mess with it. Dude, knowing that, man, it's probably poison, dude.
Could be anything. Yeah. Could be anything.
It
Look
is probably kept right next to my portion of questionable mushrooms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could have some fun with that. Yeah.
I don't think so.
If we're gonna go out.
Nah, I think we should just put it back. Here, help me set up this 2-person tent. We'll drag them inside and we'll just stay on watch for a little bit.
Good call.
They have to wake up eventually.
How does this thing set up? God damn. These poles. Just kidding. He's a ranger. He knows how to set up a tent. Just kidding
He's
ya.
a ranger, is he?
Just kidding. Actually, he doesn't use a tent.
Dang it. Yeah, I know.
Real rangers sleep under the stars.
That's right. All right, so you get this tent set up, Byron, and you and Dan Virius drag the... It's a 2-man tent? Is that correct?
Yeah, it's a 2-person tent, so we'll drag.
Tenoch's.
Rhunar
We could put Tenoch on top of him, kind of like cordwood, right? Stack the wood type of thing.
I think that I think Tenoch and Rhunar can go inside. Let's keep her outside. We're gonna keep an eye on her, and if anything changes, we can deal with it when it deal with it. If there's a creature inside of her and they're in the tent with her and they get creatures inside them, I am not responsible. So we're gonna leave her out of there.
Yeah, good idea. We don't want to infect the rest of them if that's what this is. All right, good. Well, looks like it's gonna be getting dark. What do we have to burn? You look around and it's it's a desolate, rocky landscape, but there are some trees like up on the ridge line above. And so you watch as Dan Virius scrambles up as best he can and grabs broken branches and dried twigs, and eventually you get a fire started. And in the background, every once in a while you hear these sounds of eruptions of these geysers going off, but where you are right now, you've found yourselves in a fairly protected area. You're in a slot channel, so it's like a very steep sided canyon and very narrow, but there's only 2 ways in, to the west and to the east, so it's defensible from that respect. And you can see when he gets up there to grab sticks and twigs and stuff, he kind of looks around, kind of scans the landscape. Tenoch, is your hawk around?
I would imagine so. Yeah,
Okay.
he might be posted up in that tree
Kind of keeping watch.
that was up there.
Okay. All right. Anything else, Byron, that you want to do before night sets in? Or any conversations that you want to have?
No.
Or
I think mostly I'm just gonna keep my eye on our surroundings. I don't want us to be jumped. I'm pretty scared. I'm like, if I get hit by a big gust of wind, I'm gonna fall unconscious.
right. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get a perception roll, and go ahead and roll with advantage since Dan Virius is going to be helping. I don't think either. Well, he's probably not going to be getting much sleep. I don't know how long Byron will be able to remain awake.
Yeah, it's going to be tough because I didn't sleep well the night before either. Getting eaten by bugs.
Okay. So it gets dark, night sets in. It is a starless night. You can just barely see as the sun dips below the horizon that there is cloud cover that has moved in above you. And there is a warm, salty, almost sulfuric fog that hangs low in these canyons from these erupting geysers, and it kind of stinks. And about 4 hours into your watch, you hear footsteps coming from behind you down the canyon a ways. Definite clod, clop, loud footsteps that seem to be getting louder.
Okay, I'm going to pull my hood up, and I'm going to try and blend in with the fog, get up against the cliff. I'm going to pull my rapier and my shield out. Try and stay stealthy. I'm also going to try and signal Dan Virius as I'm doing that, as I step into the shadows. Yep, 7, 8, 9 hand signals, maybe a butterfly. Point at the eyes, point up.
Yep.
Spin.
Third base umpire.
Exactly. He knocks an arrow and just kind of has his bow sort of pointed down, but has an arrow ready. And he kind of fades into a little bit of the darkness off to the side as you disappear with your cloak. And these footsteps get louder and louder. And all of a sudden, yeah, Chad?
If it's been a few hours, do we regain some hit points?
It has been 4 hours. So, yeah, you could potentially, if you wanted to. It hasn't been a long rest, but you could potentially use short rest, I think. I'm not sure how you do that if you're unconscious.
When we're at 0, you regain 1 hit point every D4 hours. So it could be at 4, it could be at 1.
Yeah. So you would all regain a hit point.
Cool. I'm gonna stay asleep.
Yeah. I would say if, just for the heck of it, if you wanted to stay asleep, great. If you think that you'd want to try to get up, I would have you roll a Constitution saving throw to see if you can get up from where you are, but you don't have to. You can stay sleeping if you want.
Oh, Theo's going to try and wake up.
I'm going to stay unconscious as hell.
I would like to try to wake up.
Okay.
That's 21.
Yep, you wake up.
Save.
You start to rouse. Yep. And Rhunar, you do as well. You start to wake up, but you're very dazed and out of it at this point. And are they both inside the tent or just Rhunar? I think it was Rhunar and Tenoch, you said.
Yep, Rhunar. Oh, I forgot all 3 of them are unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rhunar and Tenoch are in the tent. Theo's going to be laying down next to the Omen lady.
So
a little ways away, 10 feet away.
Okay. Rhunar, you wake up and your eyes open and you're on your back and you feel like shit. And all of a sudden you remember the swarm of maggots and you kind of like take a deep breath and you start to look around slowly at first and you start to realize that you're inside of a tent. It's quiet outside, although you can hear the faint flicker and crackle of a fire. But you are so parched and so weary that you can't even speak yet. You're just kind of waking up. Theo, your eyes open and you are laying on a hard ground. And you look about, turning your head. You see Dan Virius with his bow at the ready and an arrow knocked. And he notices you move. And he just goes like this.
Theo just kind of nods, but I assume his pack blade disappeared when he was rendered unconscious. I don't actually remember the rules on it, so I'm saying yes, that happened.
Yeah, it makes sense.
On the far side of him, it just appears silently in his hand.
Okay. I like it. All right. So this is all happening. Tenoch is still sleeping. The Ullman woman has not regained consciousness. These footsteps come louder and louder, and you listen closely. Byron, you hear it pretty clearly. The rest of you are still, Rhunar and Theo, are still a little dazed from just waking up, but you hear this almost as if like a grunt and like a harumph and oh god damn it, oh fuck, and then you see out of the shadows walks this very, very short, very small. His footsteps were much louder than you would have expected for such a small creature. He's shorter than Tenoch, dirty-faced, torn clothes, and he's got a little pack over one shoulder, a little satchel, and he comes out and he says, "Hello? Hello?" And he looks around. Let's see. Roll a stealth check for me, Byron, because you're hiding. Danverius is as well. This guy's gonna do a perception
27.
check. Okay. All right. Ooh, yeah. He sees Danverius as he walks up. He says, "No need for that. Put the bow down. I just came to warm myself by the fire." And he just walks right up to the fire and sits down. "What happened here? Whoa, what's wrong with her? What's wrong with her?"
Theo's gonna just kind of roll his head to one side. Does it look like halfling short, or gnome short, or something else short?
I would say you would consider him gnomish in appearance, and he kind of jumps as you turn because he thought you were asleep or dead. What exactly is going on here?
I'll step out of the shadows with my rapier at the ready, and I'll have it pointed at him, and I'll be like, "Who are you?"
"Hey, fellas. Just a weary traveler.
We
What
have
are you
had
doing out here?
I just, sightseeing." And he smiles.
Theo literally uses the greatsword to haul himself up to sitting. Just kind of flops.
"Oh, there you go, big fella."
No, seriously, what the hell are you doing out here? We've had a really bad day, and everything here tries to kill us. So the fact that you're not dead indicates that you're out here for a very specific reason.
Yeah.
And you're gonna tell us what it is.
"Oh boy, you don't look good." And he kind of gets up from his seated position and he walks. You're sitting down, but he's about the same height, eye to eye with you, and he kind of looks at you and goes, "What exactly is that?" And he starts pointing at your forehead.
It's a wound.
And he touches your forehead, and you feel this sensation wash over you of almost like a surge of energy that seems to like give you, it transfers into you, and it in the mechanical sense of it, he heals you for 2d4. He heals you for total of 6 hit points.
Hey, that is 600% more than I had. So chew on those numbers, statisticians. Theo just kind of, meh. Okay, so you are something of a healer and magical.
No, I don't think so.
Still brings us to the very important question of who are you?
He kind of jumps again when he sees Rhunar sort of poke his head out of the tent.
Dave,
Yeah.
just real quick. Mechanically, I guess I don't know how to act this out, but I still have my second wind that I can use
Sure.
to heal myself, so I'm going to do that.
Okay. I could ask you the same question. And you. And Danverius puts his arrow back in the quiver and kind of walks back over and Mate, you best start talking.
Look, we mean you no harm. We just can't be certain that you feel the same way until we have any idea of who you are.
Well, okay. My name's Milton.
Hi, Milton.
And I'm just sort of a collector. And he takes the satchel off his shoulder and he opens it up, kind of like it's a secret, and he's kind of like showing it to you, Theo. And he's kind of shielding it from everybody else. You look inside, and it's filled with a bunch of those blue crystals that you saw growing around the edges of the canyons when you walked in.
How the hell did you survive getting this far into the island?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a really good one. I don't know.
What's in his bag, Theo?
Things that are personal to him but are of no use or consequence to us, and I trust enough of his story at this point that I don't think we need to immediately be worried. If he's going to try and kill us, it's going to be more of a ensorcel us in the night and poison our food and or an army of servants or something. Nothing immediate.
I think you might have the wrong idea. You have the wrong idea.
No, that was more of a worst case scenario.
Oh yeah, well okay, I get it. Yeah, worst case.
He's probably okay.
What's wrong with that one? And he points over at Tenoch.
Same thing that's wrong with you. By the way, did we win? And Theo starts looking around. Did we win?
What did we win? What did we win?
The creature's
Rhunar
dead.
getting out of the tent
Maggots are dead. The creature's dead. This is the first sign of life we've encountered since you all fell asleep.
Milton, it's incredibly
That's
dangerous out
unconscious.
here.
That was not asleep. That was unconscious.
What
Live out here?
What creature are we talking about?
Well, it's like this bear bug.
Have you ever heard of a
monster?
Tarrasque?
No.
You don't want to.
There's spiders? Was it a spider?
Let me put it this way. It would have probably destroyed all life on this island.
Oh boy.
And it would certainly have eaten you.
Yep. You would have turned into a slug.
Okay, that sounds terrible.
Yeah,
So you're
a
talking
slug is what happened to her. And I'll point at the almond lady.
She looks sick.
What the hell happened to her? And just Theo kind of like half crawls, hops over and takes a look over her. Oh shit.
Can you do anything for her, Theo? I was gonna give her water, but I didn't want to drown her in her sleep. You know, she looks really bad. The marks on her face look infected.
If you give me some time to gather my thoughts and energy, I can help with the gross wounds. But if something deeper has happened here, that is far beyond my understanding.
How do we know if something deeper happened?
Well, you heal her, and then she doesn't come back around.
I gave her a healing potion already.
That's a bad sign.
What should we throw her in a geyser or something?
No.
How about no?
Is she poisoned or something?
I don't know. I don't have a. Never. Oh man, I don't know what to do.
Is she sick? Is she sick? Is he sick?
She might be.
She's probably sick of some variety, but it's hard to tell what. Not really understanding what they were dealing with. Milton, you might want to stay over there. No. This is more of a parasitic thing, less of a serious thing.
And him too? The halfling?
No, he's
just tired. Let him sleep.
He's sleepy.
Milton digs into a pouch on his belt, and he pulls out, and he's got 3 berries. He's like, "Give him these. Might help."
How good are those berries?
They're good berries. I like them.
That's okay. I will take the good berries then from you, Milton. He does that, and I will now feed them to Tenoch. I'm announcing everything I'm doing because it's a little tense here for very understandable reasons with the day everyone has had. And just, kind of again, drag himself over to Tenoch and just looks at the berries, looks at his tiny but muscly halfling mouth. Okay. Just one berry. Boop.
Did it work?
I don't know. Does anything happen?
It's a good berry. Does he eat it?
I mean, I'm unconscious. I'm asleep, I guess.
It's just stuck on his lips.
Yeah,
Wait,
you gotta chew it
Theo.
for me.
Theo, take it away from. Don't give it to him. I'll take one.
Okay, here's one for you. And
I'll take
he
a
hands
good
it to Byron. And then he goes about opening Tenoch's mouth and shoving it in and and just working it like he's trying to, feed a dog a pill. Just, chew it a little bit and then work the throat.
Dan Virius is watching and he turns to you, Hern, and he goes, "Now that's a good friend. Right there. Good friend."
How much do I
know.
get back? What is it?
1 hit
D4
point.
Oh, just one?
Yeah.
Oh man. All right.
Milton turns to you, Hern. He says, "This is fortuitous that I ran into you. Yeah, yep. I got more of those. I got more where that came from. If you're interested."
How many do you have?
Well, I got something.
How many do you have, Milton?
Look, those were the last 3 that I have here.
You just told me you had more.
I have some more, but I don't have them on me. They're not quite berries. They're more like the juice, the potion type. I'd be willing to part with them.
I'll reach
perhaps.
into my pouch and I'll pull out 32 gold.
Is that just good juice at that point?
It's good juice.
It's the most reasonable explanation of a healing potion I have yet heard, though. There's good berry juice, man.
He got a juicer for Christmas one year, and he hasn't looked back.
It's just all about that
That is pretty
ninja.
sick. Listen, Milton, I got 32 gold pieces right here.
Oof,
More
yeah.
money than most people see in their life.
I'm thinking more, maybe.
I only have 32 gold.
Well, I'll reach
into my pouch. I will pull out 10 more canyon crystals and a vial of green liquid, a leather pouch with 2 quartz crystals, and that weird technical device that I stole from the Dralian estate. This is
Can't give that up.
probably enough cool stuff
what is
that
this?
you will give me a bunch of potions.
Wow. What is this thing? He kind of starts.
It is
You don't need this for
Thing
some
Byron,
special thing that you might have to do
Byron.
later? I like it.
I think we need to hold on to that.
I think we need our people to stay alive, Rhunar.
We're all alive at this point. Tenoch is even starting to come around, I think.
Yeah, but look at her. And I'll point at Zanara.
If nothing he has is going to help her, I don't
He might
think.
be right. He might be right about that. Look, I've got
Then-
2 of these potions, right? I'm willing to
That's it, too.
part with them.
I'll put all the stuff back into my bag.
How much do you want?
Well, I was thinking for the 2 of them, 400 gold.
400.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't. Let's kill him.
Wow, no,
Well, I don't know about that.
Please wake up. I need your help here. That's a grunt. Tenoch is grunting, and that means he agrees with me.
Ow.
Oh,
That noise also means he agrees with me.
What's happening?
Um,
This
that?
guy's trying to kill us.
I'm Milton.
he's not.
Nice to see you.
Milton
Who's
did,
trying to kill
however,
us, huh?
just wander into town. It's a little weird.
Wait, we're in town now?
Town?
No,
Where are we?
just into this ravine. But apparently we won. We're not dead. But the woman we found, I healed some of her wounds, or she was fed a healing potion earlier, and it's still not looking good. So,
Doesn't feel like we won.
well, we're not dead, so I'll take it.
I think you're alive, but not very alive.
Someone want to help me take a look at her? Maybe
You're not
we can
very
figure
alive,
out
Milton.
what's wrong.
I'm not trained in the arts of medicinry or the proficiency and the skill, but I can drag my carcass over there and help.
I only know how to heal people to death.
You're the
Mate.
worst doctor, McGillicuddy.
Maybe we just compel Milton to give us the potions, right? Milton?
Oh,
I'm with Danverius on this.
you
Let's
will
compel him.
literally give me an hour to gather myself. I can use arcane magics to heal your fucking wounds. So if you will all calm the fuck down for an hour, I will be able to do something. For fuck's sake. Ow. Why did you make me yell?
While he's
That
yelling, I'm
really
going to look
hurt.
over at Danverius.
It's not good. Listen to him.
That's really loud. I don't like that right now.
Look, I might
really
be willing to come down in price, maybe.
Milton, let me put it this way.
Yeah.
We are good friends to have. And if you want to be our friend,
Yeah.
and probably for life, if there's anything that I can say to convince you to give the potions to us so that we can yeah, here, wait, don't just
Do
write
you
it
like
off
mushrooms?
Who doesn't?
I got some mushrooms here. Maybe we trade.
Let's
I'll
see
give
'em.
you these mushrooms. I'll pull out my portions of possibly questionable mushrooms.
Yeah. Interesting. I like them.
Maybe this isn't something you get.
Well, not up here so much. Yeah. Okay. What else? What else you got? I like where we're going here. I like that device.
This string, and I'll pull out some string.
Who is this guy?
It looks like you could use it to sew your clothing back together.
What? What are you trying to say? This is Milton's best shirt.
And I'm saying it could be even better, Milton. It may be the finest shirt I've seen, but imagine if that hole near your belly button wasn't there.
I like my belly button where it is. Thank you very much.
No, not your belly button. The shirt hole near your belly button.
Well,
I'll even throw in this. I'll reach into my bag again. Book.
as he reaches in the bag, he's like, "Not taking it." Yeah.
And I'll hold up. Why do my eyes burn?
Ooh.
This is
The Seminal Tome.
This is one of the most powerfully enchanting books in the world. Reading it will make your eyes stop burning.
Can I take a peek? A little peek?
While this is happening, Theo is actually going to turn on the magic eyes to look at the Glady, and then hey, I'll look at Milton too. And I imagine in the dark they're vaguely luminescent.
You look at the lady, the woman that is laying before you, and you do see that she has something that's glowing with magical essence on her belt underneath her cloak. You look at Milton and you don't see anything magical.
Do potions normally glow magic?
A magical potion would, yeah, I would say. I would say so. Yeah.
No, that's just, we never established that one way or the other. So I was like, okay, I don't know what the expectation here is. Now I do.
I think they would. You would expect,
enough.
Theo would expect them to glow. Yep.
At which point, Theo's just going to make a noise, and then he's going to check the omen person and see what they have on their belt.
There is a dagger on the belt.
This is less helpful than I thought it would be, and just kind of puts it back in place.
If you want to throw some gold in, make an offer. I could go get the potions. I got
I don't think you actually
Potion.
have the.
I got them stashed. The juice.
Hold on. Go get the potions. Go get the potions where? You're in the middle of nowhere.
Well,
You live
I
out
don't just don't walk up to a camp with all my good stuff. Stashed it
Theo.
right over there.
Yes, Byron?
I think we should just I think we should just tell this guy to leave and just send him off. And if he
Dude,
wants to come back with the potions, he can come back with the potions.
Byron, I need you to understand two very important things. He has literally already provided me a little healing and also provided Tenoch a little healing. If nothing else, he has demonstrated good intentions, and that's enough that I think he can at least hang out by the fire.
Wait, he healed Tenoch too?
The berries!
And he healed you? When did he heal you guys?
When he touched my nose.
What?
Dave, could
Were you
I?
not paying attention?
He has the boop of
I
healing.
didn't. You didn't tell me it made you better.
Well, you've been yelling about
That's
killing
a powerful
people.
gift among my
I
people.
didn't yell about it. I just said maybe we should or not.
Petite of healing.
Byron,
What's that?
I know it is terrible to dial it back down to 8.
Rhunar, what were you gonna say?
Could I try to figure out what's wrong with the woman?
Sure, you get up and kind of stagger over to where she is, and you could roll a medicine check if you like.
I'm there trying to help, so I would like to help.
Okay.
Can I roll that with advantage?
Yes, sir.
Right. Ooh. So 20.
Nice. Dude.
Okay, very nice.
Oh yeah.
You look at her, right, and all of the things that I described earlier are still in play. She's got this shallow, labored breathing, gurgling sounds in her chest cavity. She's sweating profusely. Her eyes are closed. She's got a little bit of like, I don't know, like a frothy spittle kind of seeping from her mouth. That's what you can see, but are you like pulling back things to look at more, expose more of her to investigate? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I want to, I guess, take a closer look.
Okay. So she has a scarf that's wrapped around her neck. You pull that away, and you see that she has like some kind of a large, it's swollen around her neck. And she has various cuts and scrapes, and she's got a gouge from what you can only imagine as the claws of the Mosengi that have been partially healed over from what you could maybe tie back to the potion that Byron gave her earlier in the battle. She looks like she's been in a big bad fight, and she's been beaten silly.
You said her breath was labored. Can I see if there's any kind of like obstruction in her mouth?
You kind of pry her mouth open and look inside, and you can't see anything, but there's like fluid that's kind of like almost bubbling, like almost like she's gargling in a sense.
I don't know what to do. Maybe roll her under her stomach? I don't know.
I was gonna say under her side and try her
Under her-
gag reflexes.
Just to say out
Poke the back
loud,
of her tongue.
there was a noticeable bulge in her neck.
Yeah, it's like swollen.
Maybe that needs to be drained. Maybe that needs to be drained, and I'll take out my dagger.
Whoa. Easy.
I'll just no. I'm not gonna cut her. I'm just gonna do a little tiny pinprick and see if it drains.
No, that's all right.
I actually agree with Byron on this. Like, look, this could be a couple of things. Maybe it's something's wrong in that area of the neck, like medically, in which case not great, but it might take pressure off. Or I don't know, something's growing there, like a new batch of maggots.
Yeah, I'm just gonna before anyone has a chance to do anything, I'm just gonna take a step forward.
We don't have any way to heal her though. If she starts dying, if she's jets of blood spraying everywhere.
If
Theo
it's a
can
jet
heal
of
her.
blood,
I'm
Theo will
literally
heal her.
holding a good berry here, and if I, with a little bit more rest, I can heal
Forgot.
someone.
I forgot
All
we
right,
had that good
all right.
berry.
She's
All right,
literally
I'm gonna-
magic.
I'm gonna
Courtesy
make a
of
slight. I'm gonna make like a 1/4 inch to
Hi,
half
Milton.
inch incision right where the bulge is.
Okay. Roll a
Dexterity saving throw.
I'm gonna call it a medicine check.
That's fair.
An 11.
All right, yeah, there's lots of blood as you cut into her neck. It's an overwhelming amount of blood that starts to spill forth, and it sort of obscures what is going on in there. So, but you do see something that almost like moves as you pull back some of the skin. I mean, it's really bloody though.
Theo
Okay,
summons the mage hand immediately, and uses the mage hand to try and reach into the wound for whatever's moving.
Okay. Roll a sleight of hand check.
It's like Black Hawk Down all over again.
Nice.
Nice.
19.
God, why'd you have to remind me of that scene? God damn it, Chad.
You rolled better than that guy did.
Yeah.
Yeah. You grab hold of it, Theo, and with the mage hand and start to pull it out. I don't know how strong mage hands are, but it sort of starts wriggling and thrashing about as the mage hand closes around it, and you pull on it and it starts to come out. And you keep pulling on it. You keep pulling on it, and it's longer and longer as you pull it.
I'm gonna
And
help
longer
him
and
pull,
longer.
and I'm gonna yell, guys, pull this!
I've got 30 feet of range on that mage hand, so I can pull out up to 30 feet of tapeworm.
If I need to pull and walk away with what I'm pulling, I'll pull too.
All right, so you guys pull on it.
Magic missile on it.
Do this. Roll a Theo. Roll a D100.
This is for how many maggots come out of her.
This is how many feet of maggot it is.
How many feet of...
Turns into one of those giant Chrysos maggots.
It's a Chrysos tapeworm.
Chrysos tapeworm. Roll for initiative.
As you extract this parasite, which is obviously thrashing about, you extract the entire organism from her neck, and she starts convulsing immediately, and she starts crashing. She loses consciousness, completely motionless.
Berry, get the berry.
Yep. Once this is out, and just he's making the hand gesture with one hand. He literally just hands the good berry to Rhunar.
Dave, can I use the healer's kit to try to stabilize?
Yes,
Stop the
you
bleeding?
can. You can stabilize her with the healer's kit.
Okay, I expended one use of that.
Okay.
Is this thing out? Or we still gotta get it out more?
No, it's completely out of her now, being held by the mage hand.
How long is it?
It's probably 12 feet, all told, when it's pulled out.
Kill it. We need to kill it.
Kill it with fire immediately.
Yep.
Yeah, just Theo kind of like, one hand is holding up the mage hand, and the other hand kind of has the point of the sword in the ground, which he's literally using, and you can see the light starting to gather in the pommel for an Eldritch Blast. He's like, I'm going to move it out to 30 feet and drop it. If you've got anything, that'll be when.
All right.
This is exciting.
Here, float it over to me real quick, and I'll dump some oil on it.
Keep it away from me.
Why don't we just drop it in a geyser?
Oh, that's a good idea. I
Where's
had
the
that
geyser?
idea earlier with what's her name?
Where's the nearest geyser?
It's around
right
the
over
cliff
there.
face over here and over there.
There's one over there. There's two down that way.
Just follow the spurting sound.
Thankfully, Theo has low light vision, so he's not completely helpless in the dark, as it were. But enough that, just to get within 30 feet of one of the geysers and just plop.
Sure. Yeah, you dispose of this parasitic worm, and it's pretty long, very narrow, and you get the sense that it was kind of like balled up in there and wrapped around things, because as you pulled it out, you can kind of see it coming out of her shoulder and other parts of her head as well. But yeah, you throw it in a geyser, dispatch it without any sort of problem, and she is stabilized but bleeding still. As you do your best to bandage her, but it doesn't look good. She's very pale.
Give her the good berry.
Yeah, let's give her the good berry.
You kind of mash it up and kind of put it in her gums. And she absorbs it and gains a hit point back, and you get the sense that she might make it. You don't know if she will. It doesn't seem like she will, but she might.
Okay, I need to sit down and meditate for an hour, I guess. I don't know. If you can everyone can make sure I don't get fucking murdered for an hour, that would be great. At which point,
I can keep you alive for an hour.
Theo actually sits down with his back to the wall and just woof. And then actually, honest to God, tries to meditate for the first time in like 20 years. But either way, a short rest.
All right. Milton gets up, kind of looks around, and says, "Man, I guess my job here is done.
Milton,
Good luck, fellas."
Milton, where are you off to? Do you live around here?
Yeah, I guess. Over that way, that way over there.
Do you know Malak?
Never heard of it.
How about Adama Lucy?
Doesn't ring a bell.
You just live out here all alone?
There were others, but it's just me now. Yep. So, well, nice to meet you guys. Thanks for not killing me.
Well, thank you for the healing that you did. That was greatly appreciated.
Offer still stands if you want to buy one of these juices. Pretty tasty.
I think we're good for now.
All right.
Thanks for everything, Milton.
You bet.
You can hang out with us if you want.
Nah, I gotta get going. We'll see
All
you
right.
later.
All right.
Good luck.
Hey, you did give us some stuff for free, so I'll give him what is my iceberg.
Ooh, thanks, fella. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks a lot. He takes it and puts it in his pack, and as he's walking away, he's like, "Now I just gotta learn how to read. See you guys." And he just walks off into the darkness, and you can hear his loud footfalls. He's like the loudest gnome walker ever. And he disappears, and you guys rest, and you get your short rest.
Okay.
Yep.
One, gonna spend a few hit dice.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna spend 4 hit dice.
Whoa, nice.
Roll them up. Wow.
Having that high con's really nice.
Yeah, I guess so. What'd you get back? 40?
Yeah, that's half my hit dice though.
Yeah. Well worth it. Well, it looks like we dropped again. Or something. Or I'm just alone. Yeah. Disconnected again. Still can't quite figure out why it does that.
Probably
Yeah.
because we're doing boring shit.
Hey, that's not very nice to say.
I mean, we're
there you are.
It's not that entertaining.
Yeah, now it's officially. Now we're getting like a "oh no" image
Yes.
on Twitch.
Stream is showing a weird thing.
Well, hopefully
Hopefully
it'll
that
bounce
means this-
back.
Hopefully the stream is still on, and that's just OBS. That's a weird.
No, yeah,
I've
the stream
never,
is on still again.
I've never noticed that before.
So lame.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's always about a half hour in or an hour in. Seems like.
Right.
It's pretty consistent. Anyways. We are reconnected, it says on my end. OBS Studio reconnection successful. Strange.
Yep, and we are. I can hear us on Twitch.
I don't know. Seems like we should.
We're back on Twitch,
Yeah.
which is interesting because Dave, I see you on Twitch.
All right, we're working again.
I see
We're
you in
good.
here. In VDO.
Yeah.
That's okay. I don't have to see you. All I have to do is hear your beautiful voice. Where the fudge did Kirk go?
I'm just rebooting the OBS so I can
Fair
see.
enough.
Well,
Does
you know what? Let's take a break.
Yeah.
Since we're disconnecting anyways, we can, I doubt we'll figure out why, but we'll take a little break and we'll come back after these messages. We'll
See
be
you
right
soon.
back.
Yeah,
Yep. Bye.
we'll be right back.
All right, we're gonna try to make this happen. We had a little hiccup there, and Chad got it all figured out, so we're good to go. There's no way it's gonna happen again.
Now that
Absolutely no way.
Now that I've got my Terramana, we'll be fine.
And here's the thing: if it does happen again, folks, rest assured that we will come back yet again because we are the good buddies. Cheers, fellas.
At least until 10.
Yep. Yeah,
Cheers.
if it happens at 9:59, forget it. We're done.
Like they say, if you knock us down, we'll get up again. You
They're
can't keep
never
our
gonna
stream
keep
down.
us down.
Yeah, our stream
Just
keeps
sit the
coming back.
night away.
Nope. It's too much.
Hey, I got a great idea. Let's jump back into this game that we play. All right. So when we left, Theo, you were rolling hit dice. I think other people were as well. You have begun to feel the effects of rest. You've all achieved a short rest, and now it is your decision on what you would like to do. It is dark. It is nighttime.
Well, Theo still feels like shit, but he feels some of his arcane juju back, so he's gonna kind of, again, half crawl, half kind of hop over to the nice lady and see, is she still breathing?
Barely noticeable, but there is it's not labored anymore, but it is very, very shallow. At first you look at her and you don't even think she's breathing, but then you lean down and you can see that she is.
And Theo's gonna lay the sword on one side of him and, put his hand on her chest with his other, and, just blue energy just kind of slowly diffuses from the blade up through his body and down into her as he casts Cure Wounds at 4th level.
Ooh, nice.
Whoa.
As you transfer that magical energy to her body, you can see that the swollen red marks on her face where she had been gripped by the cyst start to disappear, and her natural skin tone starts to come back. The sort of pale coloration starts to fade, and you can see her sort of rich tan, brown, bronzed skin. And she does start to breathe a little bit easier, but she does not regain consciousness.
She's had a hell of a day. So that's done. Theo just grabs his cloak or whatever extra clothing he has, makes a pillow instead of the rock for her and goes, okay, so. Ooh, that all happened, guys.
Yeah.
Nice we're alive.
Yes,
Where's,
very much so.
Where's the beast?
The beast is dead, guys.
We should take back something from it.
Yeah, I want to go over to where it is.
Do you want to do that in the mid-dark?
Yeah,
Maybe we should wait until the morning. Tenoch, minutes ago you were just unconscious.
I agree, but it might be good to look at it now, in case something comes at it in the night.
What? Can we tell what time of day it is right now?
It is after dark. The sun has disappeared over the horizon. The cloud cover has cast its sort of covering over you. You don't see the starlight. The moons are not visible, but it is dark, very dark.
Theo will light his lamp.
Yeah, I have my helmet on. I have torches.
Everyone should grab a light source if they have it.
Are we going to
Because
bring
dark
her with
vision-
us?
Theo just kind of looks around. How far away are we from the corpse?
Yeah, it's a bit of a ways back. I mean,
Like,
we don't
out
all
of
have
character, thought we were like 40 feet away.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
around there, that way.
I mean, we don't all have to go either.
Well,
Buddy
we might want to
system.
stay together. Remember those spiders?
Yeah.
Those things
It wouldn't
could
matter.
be around.
Guys, if we get attacked by spiders, I'm not sure I can fight them. I'm just so tired.
Okay, in that case, Byron, you stay with me here with the lady. Rhunar and Danvarius and Tenoch go look at the corpse.
All right, Theo, I'm gonna lay
All
down
right.
for a little bit, I think.
Okay, you have a good night's sleep, buddy.
Yep. And Byron's gonna pass out.
Okay. So Rhunar, Tenoch, and Danvarius make their way back to the site of the battle. And there are geysers that continue to boil over and erupt nearby, but now that you're aware of them, it makes it a little bit easier to avoid their spray.
Yeah, we'll like hug that edge of that middle island where you know, far enough from those ones that were spraying us during the battle.
Absolutely. Let's see. So you guys, tell me what you're going to do when you get there. The scene is there's this giant creature that lays in a pile, and you can just kind of barely see it as you come into that opened area with the light of your torches, and you can see this mass of creature, and you walk up to it.
Yeah, obviously I think we'll, as best we can, probably try to make sure there's nothing around. I might use my hawk, although, I mean, it doesn't have dark vision necessarily either, or low light vision or whatever, but as an extra pair of eyes, just try to approach from a safe direction and kind of, I don't know, give it a once over. What is this thing? What does it look like? Is it, is it dead? So
roll, you guys are just going to walk up to it, but you're going to kind of look around. You said, Tenoch, roll a perception check. Go ahead and roll with advantage because Danvarius is on high alert. He's got an arrow knocked, and he's kind of creeping sort of behind you and to the right, off your right shoulder, and he's looking up and down and around. And at this point, you don't see any movement, but as you move forward further into this open area, even though you're hugging the wall, there are piles of dead maggots. And they're large. They're like as big as you are, Tenoch. But they are cut open and severed in half, some of them, and they all lie motionless. And there is this like deep blue, almost like ichor that has sprayed along the rocks and the stone ground. But you make your way past those. They don't seem to be very interesting as you look down, other than the fact that they kind of stick to either your boots or your feet as you walk through. You get kind of like the sticky sensation on your feet. I don't know if Tenoch, he probably doesn't wear boots. Maybe he does. I don't know.
Makes it worse.
Yeah.
That makes it worse.
You can feel it between your toes. You can feel it between your toes, just kind of squishy. But yeah, you look around and you don't see anything dangerous, but as you walk up to the creature, with Rhunar close behind and Danvarius, you start to see what appear to be snakes. Perhaps small, it's hard to tell, small mammals. Perhaps roll a nature check. Something that looks a little bit like maybe an alligator. Bits and pieces of these creatures in a pile.
23.
Yeah, yep. There's definitely snakes in there. It's almost like the creature was cut open, and there's this like myriad of life forms that spilled out onto the ground around it, and they're not like full. It's not like a full snake, but it's like the essence of what a snake looks like. It almost looks like it was part of the creature, but there's a snake-like essence to it. Same with like the alligator. You see what appears to maybe be like the shell of a giant snapping turtle. You definitely recognize claws and feet and fanged mouths of gnolls that perhaps were... It almost looks like they were absorbed by this thing.
So this is perhaps the things that it has killed.
There are some what appear to be humanoid, medium-sized, human-sized creatures that have, the facial features are subdued and almost blurry. so you don't get like distinct facial features where you would recognize somebody, but they almost look like humanoid forms that weren't quite developed. And you see smaller creatures that remind you of kobolds, but just a pile of strange, partially formed creatures that you kind of recognize. And you look down and you see that there is what appears to be one individual that looks more distinct, and it is an older human man with long facial beard, no clothing that you can tell, that is also his body almost fused into this mass of flesh of the creature.
And this is a good doctor.
Is that the doctor? You knew his face.
He looks at him. God damn it. Yeah. That's Grah. That's Dr. Octavio Grah. That's him. Jesus, what the hell is this thing?
Mosengi.
Well, something obviously happened to him. It was him, after all, wasn't it?
Look at this. And he kind of starts digging with his short sword, kind of pushing around some of the flesh, and you can see what appear to be like coins. What the hell?
It was like absorbing things.
Look at this. There's some gold
Creatures.
here. There's gems. What is this?
Can we investigate that or see if we
Sure. Roll an
pull that
investigation
out?
check. Anybody who wants to roll an investigation check, go ahead.
I roll an investigation check from camp.
You're like,
can? Wish you came.
smells like gold.
Turn
Tenoch,
census
do you
to
wanna help out with that?
Yeah, I'll help you poke around in there.
All right. How about you roll investigation,
Okay. I will roll investigation.
and
You
I'll
will
help you.
assist me.
Yes.
All right. 13.
Okay, how much time do you spend investigating, roughly? As long as
How-
it takes?
What does this
Or-
thing smell like?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a few minutes. Like,
Okay.
I might like, does this gold, like, is it like separate? Like we could like fish some of this gold out?
As you investigate, you can see that it's covered in like a membrane, but it looks like coins. They're small, cylinder-like structures that are coin-like, and as you take a knife and kind of cut through the membrane, you see that it appears as though this creature had like absorbed gold and silver, possibly from some of the creatures that it absorbed. Perhaps in a battle with, the gnolls had a bunch of coin on them when you did battle, so possibly it was absorbed. But it looks like it was trying almost to take that into itself as well. But you find a considerable amount of coin. It's not all in one spot in a big bundle or a sack, but it's like spread out throughout this thing. And you find quite a bit of it.
Got to keep it in its treasure sack.
Are the stacks? You said they're kind of like in cylinders, or like they're like formed somehow.
The coins are
jumbled.
basically it was like cylinder structures that you see, but as you cut through, you can just see there's loose coins, like almost within the skin, the derma of this thing. Maybe it had absorbed and was utilizing it somehow.
Like when you get a sliver and then your body creates a pocket around it.
Right.
Assist, if you will.
Exactly.
I thought you meant they were like organized in some way.
No, they weren't stacked.
Okay.
This thing absorbs Scrooge McDuck.
You realize that there's quite a bit.
I think it might be worth taking some time to get some more of that's out of there.
Yeah,
It's
fellas,
repulsive.
but look at this, fellas. Come here, look at this. And you can see Dan Various is kind of like taking his knife and carving around Dr. Grah. and he motions down. He kind of steps back to let you guys get in there, but you can see that there is a... well, there's two things that you see. There's this large cylinder, like maybe grapefruit sized or maybe cantaloupe sized, that he cut out and kind of rolls into like the sludge of this creature's insides. And then he also holds up in his hand what appears to be a bag of holding. Yeah, look at this.
That could be very useful.
Let's see what's inside of it.
Agreed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You want to do it here?
Maybe we should do it back at camp. I don't know.
Yeah, let's put a pin in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It's a saying I learned.
Just in case a ton of stuff comes out, we want to be able to manage that.
What do you make of this?
What did you say the other thing was? It was something in that bag?
Like a cantaloupe
Yeah,
size.
it's like a cantaloupe-sized sphere.
It's a bowling ball.
Kind of.
Is it, like made out of stone?
Dr. Grah was a kingpin.
Yeah, it kind of does look like it's made out of stone. And then, Tenoch, I need you to roll a D100, please.
Yes, sir.
Maybe we should have Theo put an eye on that one.
How about a 69?
Nice.
That's how Tenoch does it.
All right. So you guys spend some time.
Rhunar,
Mm-hmm.
you should... We should take the good doctor's head.
I was thinking about that. We might need to show... I don't know, proof is the right word, but bring back what we can. We might have family.
I mean, I don't know that they necessarily need that, but somebody might want it, and it might be best to not have it here.
Could be valuable to understanding this thing.
All right. I'll pull my scimitar and see if I can take the head off.
Yeah, easy enough. You can cut off the head of Dr. Grah.
And I'll wrap it up in a... I don't know.
Right before you strike, he
An
opens
old
his
shirt.
eyes. Oh no!
Ah! So we investigated body.
Yep.
We got
And it takes you a while. You gather up, the bag of holding, the sphere, the head of Dr. Grah, as much coin as you can carry.
I might collect some substantial claws.
Yeah, there's all
Like
kinds of
find
claws. You can find all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff inside this thing.
I'm gonna acquire some substantial claws.
Were there any weapons or armor or helmets or anything like lodged in this thing?
Not that you
I'm
found.
just
Tell him.
asking for a friend.
I mean, that might be a reason there's a bag of holding, though.
Right. We'll look into that.
That's Runar's real curse. Is he's cursed to outfit his invisible friend, who isn't really there.
I need to fill in the whole weapon table. All right.
He's got a bingo card.
I need a halberd. Need a morning star. I got a list.
Checklist. It says life list of weapons.
Okay. Do we have everything?
You guys are able to. You don't necessarily know this right away, but you're able to gather 1,750 gold pieces worth of coins
Oh.
and jewels. It's just assorted.
We could get those healing potions now.
What's that? You want to buy them?
God damn it!
Those might have been a little overpriced, but
How much again, Dave?
depending on how good they were.
1,750 in assorted coins and gems.
I'm writing it down.
Okay.
I know.
from Mosengi corpses.
Although I do have to take stock of
Parentheses.
everything we've earned so far. But that should be alright.
Gotta pay the union dues for the...
Tenoch, one thing that would I don't know if it would be of interest to you, but you would definitely see as a possible collection piece the mandibles of the Mosengi. It's got these giant insect-like mandibles, and they're probably about, I don't know, 3 to 4 feet long.
Oh.
Wear him, put a banner on him and wear him on your...
Rhunar, if you could smash me off these mandibles, perhaps in a less smashy way and more of a cutty way.
I can manage.
Ooh.
Start sawing at them.
So eventually you guys are able to get that stuff and make your way back to camp, where your companions are resting and watching over the woman who appears to still be in a feverish paralysis of some kind.
Oh, you guys made it back. I was starting to get worried. What the hell happened?
I'll have used
We found a lot of
prestidigitation as
stuff.
well to clean us all off on our way back.
We found a lot of stuff on the body of the creature. It
What?
had been absorbing things. Animals. Probably people. Their
Probably
items.
people or actually people?
Remember
Actually,
when it
people, we saw
grabbed you?
faces.
Sorry?
Remember when it grabbed... Did it grab you? It grabbed a couple of us. Remember when it... I know it grabbed me. Remember when it grabbed me? Or it tried to?
Yes?
It might have wanted a deeper hug.
Okay, so... what else did you find?
Okay, we found a bunch of gold.
Uh-huh.
Bunch of jewels.
Uh-huh.
This crazy cantaloupe-sized sphere.
Mm.
I'm gonna hold
No,
it
you want to put that down and then maybe wash your hands.
up. And this bag of holding.
That's interesting.
And Dr. Grah.
And we
Pardon?
Here's his head.
Why do you have the head of... How do you have the head of Dr. Grah?
Well,
cut it off.
Rhunar keeps the scimitar sharp.
Paint me a word picture of how there was Dr. Grah inside a body of a monster not digested?
It had started to come apart, and he was like in the middle, and things were like fused onto his body. There are
So
parts
what you're
of
saying is the
animals and
inside of
parts
the monster was this nightmarish gore land full of half-fused entities and beings and animals that had eaten and absorbed.
Yeah, I'm not going to sleep off for like a
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, I'm very glad I did not go out, you guys.
The smell was incredibly bad.
Okay, well, do you mind if I cast my gaze about these things?
Yeah, I would. You should take a look at this sphere.
I'm going to take a look at everything,
Okay.
and then we'll pass the interesting things on to the gentleman who can actually do anything with the help of Mother Tiger, gesturing towards Tenoch. At which
That's
point,
true.
I turn on the magic eyes. Woo!
Actually, real quick, can we dump out the bag of holding now?
Getting
First,
there.
so you can see the stuff that comes
But-
out.
Let's see if any of these are problems first. One step at a time.
Okay. So you look first at the sphere.
Just whatever's out, and because I've cast detect magic functionally.
Well, the mandibles are not magic that you collected. The head is not magic. The sphere is magic for sure. It gives off a definite magical essence. I would say probably conjuration.
That sounds fine.
As long as it's not transmutation.
No. Let me just take a peek here. I'm gonna go with conjuration right now. It's magical.
No, the games are bad at mentioning what school they're in. It's fine.
I know, I hate that. I should have thought of that before. But anyways, yeah, that's definitely magical. What else are you looking at right now? You haven't opened the bag of holding yet?
Once I've just cast an eye on that, just set the ball inside and go, this is very magical. And now let us look at the bag of holding. And he does not turn it up and just drop it. He more of like lays it on the ground and just kind of hands in and starts pulling things out and spreading them out very carefully.
Dan Virius just says, Well, I hope it's not a mimic.
I
thought you had to. I thought you had
just
to turn
turn
them upside down.
Yeah,
you can.
just a little bit of loot humor. A little bit of looting humor for you. You reach in. You pull out a couple of things. You pull out what appears to be a magnifying glass. Definitely magical. You pull out a small leather-bound book. Not magical. You pull out a scroll case. That the scroll case is not magical, but you kind of pop the top off and look in, and there's a scroll in there.
Got a whiff of the imagery.
Yep. And then let's see. I need you guys each to roll a. Let's see. Where's my? I want to do some of this randomly.
Yeah, baby.
Oh,
Loot table for the
table.
Yeah. There it is. Hold on. Oh, there it is, right in front of me. All right. Let's see. Each of you roll. Well, hold on. And Rhunar, roll a d20.
Okay.
Yeah.
10.
There is a very finely crafted dulcimer that you pull out.
Apparently the
Beautiful
doctor was a
ivory
music lover.
inlay, well crafted, and you pluck a few strings and I don't know if you know how to play a dulcimer, but it appears to be in tune.
Is this like a big lap hammer dulcimer or the
Yes.
string dulcimer? Oh wow!
Yep,
Like the full.
it's substantial. Let's see. Byron, roll a d12.
Nine.
There is a oh god, a very clean and very very finely made silk fabric. You hold it up and it appears to be a silk toga.
Well, next time we have to go somewhere nice.
Makes a toga out of silk.
Tenoch, roll a d10 please.
Oh, that'd be such a weird thing to wear.
It's really nice though.
Oh, it would be.
There is a wolf pelt.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm. And Theo, a d8, please.
Also 5.
There is a golden scepter with inlaid bloodstones.
Oh, got a bloodstone. That's healthy. Are any of these magical?
None of those items, as they are pulled out, seem to be magical, but possibly valuable.
No, Theo just gently puts them in the non-magical pile and goes, okay, well, he was certainly collecting things. Yeah, the things over here are the magical ones. The orb and the spell scroll, and there was something else that was magical as well, I feel like.
Magnifying glass.
Magnifying glass, that was it.
Yep. And then there is one more thing that you pull out, and it is magical. It is a dagger.
And, there's a dagger here. It's magical. I don't really think anyone in the party really needs this, so I'm just going to slot it back in.
As you hold it in your hand, Theo, when you're examining it, the blade on it, so the pommel, the hilt is this beautiful wooden, you're not sure what, but it's made of wood. It's deep, rich. You can see the age. What am I trying to say? The
tree rings.
The tree rings. You can see the beautiful rings in it, and it's a beautifully stained handle. But the blade catches your eye. It almost appears ethereal.
Just kind of waves that back and forth. Does it come in is there like a sheath for it?
It does not have a sheath.
Okay. We will save this and give it to Byron in the morning as a treat. Put it back in the bag of holding.
It's a ghost knife.
Yep, maybe. I am not the expert on such things. That's someone else who has a pair of 4-foot-long mandibles strapped to his back. Do you need someone to make you like some nice flags for that?
No.
Okay.
I might
Yeah,
smash people with them.
That magic shit, can you tell us more than just that it's magical? What does it do? What does this thing do?
Me? No. Him? With time.
I
Points at Tenoch.
I can take a look.
Theo settles back and pulls out the leather-bound book that was not magical. Starts reading through it.
Okay. You open it and immediately realize that this is Dr. Grah's field notes from his time in the Bodal River Valley. And it is riveting reading, given your commitment to tracking him down. You're immediately engrossed in the narrative, and he's a good writer. It is a well-documented, not overly grandiose by any means, but well-written, and it describes his journey up the Bodal River in search of the Zanzarin, his first interactions with them as his guide introduced him to these people, and how he was made to live on the edge of the village for some time before he was accepted to be able to speak with the people of the village. Possibly, he thought, as some sort of a measure to quarantine or to reduce the chance of any sort of disease transmission. You continue reading, and it's obvious that Grah believed that he had potentially found a piece of evidence that would help him to possibly prove his theory, the Chrysos theory. The theory that there are aberrant life forms that grow in different parts of the realms and that sometimes lead to very significant, almost catastrophic changes in life forms. And he had been learning about the stories. So at first it's all about the stories that he had read. And it goes on from there. You get about that far during the night.
That's fine. Let everyone else do things.
I will first. I'll pull out the scroll and see if it is a wizard scroll.
Roll a d20.
To which I wouldn't necessarily need to cast Identify on it. 14.
And then roll a d8.
7.
Okay.
Less than the number of maggots that tried to kill us.
Just barely.
It is, let's see. It is indeed a wizard spell. It's on the wizard spell list. Yep.
Nice.
And because you are a wizard, I will just tell you that it is a spell scroll with the spell Dream.
Hell, that's on my spell list too.
Nice. Interesting.
Out of character, I have no idea what that does, but it sounds rad, and I'm sure we will find out shortly.
Yeah, I have no
You get
idea.
into people's dreams.
That's pretty sweet. What else would you like to do?
I would cast Identify on this orb.
Yes.
Orb of Dragonkind.
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm not really suspecting I'm going to get that, but
So you cast Identify on this item. It is approximately 8 inches in diameter. It is. You get the sense that it's very rare, possibly unique
oh,
in the way that it harnesses magic. You learn that it does require attunement. And as you're holding it, you can start to see inside almost this ball, this crystal ball, if you will, that there's some sort of a fog or a mist that's moving about as if to obscure something. Now, I will have to ask you for Identify, does that also give you if there's a power word associated
So
with
it
an item?
says-
I'm assuming that it does, but
yeah. So it says you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it
Okay.
requires attunement to use, and how many charges it has, if any.
you come to understand this as a tracking sphere, and that there is a power word, and that word is find.
Interesting. Yeah. What is it like? What is it made out of? Like, is it like you kind of said it was stone? Is it like crystal, or is it?
It is. It at first glance it looks like stone, but as you and nobody else can see this because no one else is attuned to it or identifying it. But as you're holding it, the stone essence of it sort of fades and it becomes sort of almost like glass, and you can see through it.
Oh,
So think of like rock that's been fired at hot temperature, and you can see inside of the sphere. And like I said, there's like almost a fog that's captured inside of it that seems to obscure something, but you can't tell what.
interesting. That's kind of cool. I will turn to my fellows and say that this is perhaps a sort of some kind of divination orb. It allows, I believe it allows its user to maybe see distant things. Like, I as the player, but do I as the character, do I feel like there's, like, do I really feel like there's more to this that I don't understand?
Definitely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like there's more to this than I understand right now, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I will. Yeah, I say it's there's more to it. I'm not able to entirely decipher. It has a obfuscating nature.
So put a pin in that one for now.
I think so. Maybe in a less volatile environment.
Agreed.
I'm not gonna use my magic on this other item today. I think it might be a good idea to rest and save my power in case anything happens untoward between the morning or whenever and now.
That seems unlikely to happen, but you never know.
There's the magnifying glass and the dagger left, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And we're kind of just going to roll the dice on handing the dagger to Byron because it seems like it's pretty straightforward.
mean, if that's what you want to do, man.
Out of character. That's a risk I'm willing to take.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It looks less cursed than the last one he found.
Does it?
I really wanted that dagger.
Well, then you probably shouldn't have gone to sleep.
Yeah,
Ha
give him the dagger so he quits stealing mine, for crying out loud.
But he stole your dagger?
Get your own damn
what?
dagger.
Oh, that means he likes you.
Eh? I don't think so.
That's how
Look
he
at him.
expresses his affection by stealing things. It's like a blackbird or a magpie.
Yeah. Well, we should get some
Perhaps
rest.
we should. Yeah, I agree. Take a rest.
I guess I'm on first watch because I've been watching already. You all get some sleep.
Okay.
Good on you.
All right, I can take next watch if you want.
Yeah.
Wake me when September comes.
I'll go third. All right, Theo, roll a perception check and a d20, please.
Oh, no way. That was a deep Green Day dive.
We heard ya.
21 perception and 5 on the d20.
All right. It's tough to stay awake. You manage to, but it's hard. You fight it. There is very little that you can hear other than the occasional eruption of a geyser in the distance and the bubbling of the cauldrons that echoes through the canyon a bit, the crackle of the fire. But nothing bad happens during your watch that raises your alarm.
Okay. Before he wakes anybody up, Theo is taking the notes, and he is going to wrap them in a little bit of bandage as protection, and they are literally going in his pants.
All right.
Wait, what?
He's going to keister the notes.
The book?
The
You're
book.
You're gonna put a book in your prison wallet?
No,
Nature's pocket.
in pants with the small clothes.
In nature's
He was
pocket.
just working on it for like an hour.
He's working off the dick gun theory from Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, because he's assuming Danvarius won't search his crotch.
Kiss, kiss,
we'll see
bang,
what
bang.
happens.
God damn.
And wakes up Rhunar.
Yeah, I'll get it.
And when he does, he goes, "Hey, Rhunar, do not let Danvarius take a watch by himself.
Okay.
If he has figured out that I have Dr. Grah's notes, which, by the way, I have Dr. Grah's notes, that may be something he's after. I don't know for certain, but I also do not want to take the chance."
All right. So I'll take my watch.
D20 and a perception roll, please.
$14. $21 for perception.
Ooh, nice. Throughout your watch, you hear the bubbling and the geysers erupting, and at one point, you swear that you heard someone sneeze. But just once, and you're not 100% sure if you did or not.
Did it sound like a tiny little gnome?
Possibly.
Can I tell if it came from a particular direction?
Yes, it came down from the way that Milton left.
He's just creepily sitting in the dark.
Just in the bushes watching us. Okay.
But that's it. Nothing raises your spidey senses and gets you too concerned.
Okay. All right. I will wake up Tenoch and Danvarius to have a next watch.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Tenoch, I got this. You should rest.
Oh, I can help out, you know?
Yeah, all right. Oof. How you feeling?
It hurts when I do this.
Oh. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Achoo! Did you hear that?
Did he make that hutchu, or was
No.
that a different noise?
No, that was a different NPC. Roll a d20 and a perception roll. Roll perception with advantage, because Danverius is assisting.
All right, here's the d20. A 2. And here comes some perception with advantage. Yep, 3. I rolled 2 3s.
All right. At one point during your rest, Danverius throws a little bit of the remaining twigs, the last of the twigs that he had gathered earlier, and he says, "Well, I'm gonna go use the facilities and see if I can scrounge up some more branches over here. I'm gonna shout if I run into trouble."
All right,
And he goes.
I'll be here.
He goes off into the darkness a little. You can kind of see where he's standing, and he waters the sagebrush, if you will, and comes back a little while later. You never really lose sight of him. He doesn't go very far, but he comes back with a small resupply of dried branches, and nothing strange happens other than maybe you think you hear that sneeze from down the canyon. Nothing that gets you too concerned, though. And your watch comes to an end. Yeah, you want to wake Byron?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
wake
all right.
Byron.
All right, I'm gonna sack out a little bit longer.
Oh man, that was finally some sleep, man.
How you feeling?
Wow, a little bit better. How are you feeling?
Like shit.
Yeah, you look like shit still. I even let you sleep for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, you know, when you fight a big monster, that happens.
Did anything happen while I was sleeping?
No.
Sweet. Right on.
There was like a sneezing sound.
A sneezing sound. What do you mean?
Yeah, you know, like when somebody sneezes.
From one of us?
It was somewhere in the. It's hard to tell in this canyon.
Which way was it?
Over that way.
Wait a second. Is that where Milton disappeared?
I mean, I guess it's possible. I wasn't really gonna.
He's
fact
stalking
about it
us.
and find out.
We gotta wake everyone up. We gotta go on
I
defensive.
don't know that we do.
Oh. You sure?
I mean, if anything, he's just being a creep and sitting out there,
Wow, that's even worse.
which is fine.
I feel violated, man.
Yeah.
Here, I'll cover watch. I got some good sleep. How long have I been out? I feel pretty rested.
A number of hours,
Oh, right on.
somewhere
Well,
between 5 and 8, perhaps.
Sweet. Well, yeah, I'll cover the rest of this watch. Where's Danverius? I'll look around for Danverius.
He's right there,
What's Danverius doing?
sleeping.
Sleeping.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll cover watch. Go to sleep, Tenoch.
I will. And hey,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna first I'm gonna like look around, kind of gauge my surroundings, and then I'm going to throw a grappling hook up the cliff, and I'm gonna pull my hood up, and I'm gonna climb halfway up the cliff, and I'm gonna try and stealth on the side of the cliff and play Overwatch from above.
But
Okay.
only halfway up the cliff.
Only halfway. I don't want to be all the way to the top because anything on the top of the cliff, I don't want to go on there.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll your perception check and a d20.
Come on. There we go. It's way better than mine.
4 for my D20 and an 18 for perception.
Do you have dark vision?
I do not.
Okay. You climb your way up about halfway and settle in on a small ledge overlooking your companions. The fire is sort of smoldering at this point, giving off very little smoke, but very little light as well. You look about. It's hard to see. And you manage to, if you so desire, to stay awake your entire watch, looking, being vigilant.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna be vigilant this night.
And you also at one point sense that you heard a sneeze.
I'm gonna yell at the top of my lungs, bless you. From the side of the cliff.
All right.
In the direction of the sneeze.
Yeah. All right, you yell "bless you," and
Do any of my companions wake up?
I don't know. You guys tell me. Do you wake up when he yells "bless you"?
I think Theo would. He's on edge. What?
Andy, you're muted.
No, I'll sleep through it.
Yeah. Dan Virus doesn't wake either. Eventually, the sun begins to rise, Byron, as you're sitting up on your ledge, and you start to see a little bit better. And you look off again in the direction of where you had yelled and where you thought the sneeze was. And because of your perception roll earlier, you do see movement in what appears to be Milton as he's walking kind of away from you, but down the canyon he was probably about 50 to 60 feet away from you. And he's got his pack over his shoulder, and he's just kind of waddling away into the sunrise. And the rest of you wake up, and it is a new day in the mechanical brilliance of Dungeons and Dragons. You have regained your hit points, half your hit dice that you've expended, any spell slots, etc. Because you, my friends, have achieved a long rest.
Woo! As Theo has woken up and, while he's coming to, he surreptitiously brings the wrapped book out of his pants, which I don't know if Byron notices or not, and slips it into his bag of holding. He reaches into the other bag of holding and goes, Byron, are you awake?
I'm on the side of the cliff. I don't know if I hear him if he says it so quietly.
No, he'd say it at regular volume. It's as dawn is approaching.
Do you see me on the side of the cliff up above you?
That's why I'm asking. That's why I said, Byron, are you awake?
Yeah, I'm awake.
Holy shit, did you actually do a watch?
Yeah, dude, we're in a dangerous territory. I always protect you guys while we're in dangerous territory.
I'm not going to argue with you. It's not worth it. If you come down, I have something for you.
Sounds like a bit of revisionist history to me, but yeah.
I mean, if it's dangerous, I always stand watch. Are you kidding me? If it's not dangerous, I don't watch. Why watch? Why waste a good night's sleep?
Because,
protecting
Byron,
us from sleep.
Because you never know when it's safe or not. Anyway, the important part is, and he pulls out the dagger. I got this for you because you did good.
What? Oh,
Actually,
I'm gonna rappel down full speed, maybe even too fast. Maybe I'll land hard and I'll twist my ankle a little. Oh my
Don't hurt yourself.
Dude, is that a fancy? And I'll grab the dagger from him and I'll look at it and be like, oh my god, look at this wood inlay. And I'll hold it up to him.
No, it's very nice. I thought you would like
super nice. Oh, dude, I'll flip it around a couple times.
Feels good in your hand.
Oh man, this isn't as nice as that one we found in the woods.
That's because that one was cursed.
You keep saying that. You keep
With
saying
detect,
that.
with detect magic, did you detect what kind of magic it was?
What do you
Yep.
mean?
Yep, he would have.
It's magic?
Yes.
And look at the blade.
I haven't had a magic weapon in probably 10 years.
Yeah, Byron, you look at the blade and it is like ethereal in nature. You can almost like see through it at times. It like flickers a bit.
Holy shit, this is... Oh my gosh. I'm gonna
If you are
take a
ever
couple air jabs.
if you are ever worried about the undead again, that probably stabs ghosts.
It's a blade
my
the color
gosh.
of a dead TV.
Oh, what's a
You know
TV?
you know what I'm talking about, Michael.
Well, does anybody mind if I take this bag of holding?
No.
No, I want it.
You
You've
have
already
a
got
lot
a
of things to
hold.
keep
You already
in
got
there.
one.
Captain.
Yeah, but look at all this stuff in it, and I'll dump it out.
Our
You're like, oh,
our
fuck, now I
haul
gotta
is
pick
getting
all
a
this
little
up.
heavy.
Yeah. Are you literally carrying around our boat money?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably good that you
Not
have.
the boat money, but the money that we found, which is equivalent to the amount of boat money we have.
Right, it's
So,
substantial. Yeah.
It's a large sum right now.
All right.
So I would need to offload the stuff we got from the Knoll camp and combine it with the stuff we got from the body and put all the stuff we found in the bag back in the bag. Just
Okay.
make sure we have everything. Tenoch, do you want to hold on to the sphere?
I can do that.
Okay.
I'll hold this dagger.
Be careful with that. We don't know what it does yet.
I don't either, but it is so cool.
It probably stabs things.
I mean, I'm sure it does that. Come on. But does it stab stone things? And I'll test it on a stone.
Looks like you poked it.
It's pretty dang sharp, isn't it?
Careful, you're gonna break it.
No, I'm not. You kidding me?
Maybe. Is there anything else we need to grab from the corpse of... Wait a minute, and then immediately goes and checks on the Omen woman.
Yeah. Can't forget her. Is she awake?
You look at her. She is not awake. She doesn't appear to have changed much from the previous night when you all sort of healed her and stabilized her. She continues to sweat profusely. She is breathing a little bit more regularly, but she's unconscious.
Okay, so we'll need to carry her.
We'll need to
I got
carry
this.
her to the edge of this cauldron area, and maybe we can build like a sled or a stretcher or something to carry her out
A yoke.
back to the boat.
Is there anything else we need to do in here?
I don't think so.
Who has the head?
Oh, I do.
Just checking. Maybe put that in the bag. So it stinks less.
Dr. Grah's head.
Yeah.
Guys.
Oh,
I hope you put that in your inventory.
Dr. Crosshead. I'm sure it's going to be lovely by the time we get back to Monmerk, too.
I'll look over at Rhunar, because I know he's got the boots. I'll be like, Rhunar, if you jump up there and I'll hand him an, well, I don't know. Do you have an axe?
It's kind of funny, actually. My boots, the boots don't work anymore.
Your boots don't work anymore?
I
How
don't know how to...
So you can't get all the way up there and cut a few branches and some twigs
Byron,
and
why
stuff
don't
for
you
me?
just tell us what you're trying to get to?
So I want to make a travois, and so we can drag back this almond lady.
Is
What
the
we were-
vegetation in this area kind of like, is it big enough for that to accommodate
Well,
that?
It's
you
kind of
look
like
way up there-
they're kind of like stunted trees that are dried and broken. There are trees though, but they're scattered about.
Why don't we get out of this area first, then make the travois?
But then we'll have to come back here and get her.
No, we just carry her out.
Yeah.
Oh man, that sounds exhausting.
We could use a cloak to make a kind of device.
She probably weighs about 1,000 gold.
Well, you have a brand new bag of holding. Put her like waist deep into your bag of holding.
I don't think it works like that.
Out of character. Now we can just carry her to get out. It's fine.
Yeah.
Don't want to spend too much time worrying about that particular thing if we don't have to.
Yeah, you can carry her. Between the 5 of you, you can make that happen and get her out too.
I'm not doing it.
That's fine. Is there anything else we need to do in here? Or are we good to leave?
Yeah,
I think we're good, yeah.
I mean, did we burn the body?
No.
Were we supposed to?
We should burn the body, or at least push it into a geyser or something, or just totally obliterate it.
All right, we can do
Scorch
that on
it.
our way. We have to
We've
buy
got
it on
the
our way
oil.
out.
Scratch it from this earth.
It's a good idea.
We should do that.
Okay, let's pack up and go do that.
All right.
So you guys get everything packed up. You head back to the body of Mosengi, and as you arrive, a dozen or so rats scatter away from the carcass. It appears as though they'd been feeding on it, but they scatter and disappear into the cracks and crevices. And you're able to douse it in. You have oil, you said. Douse it in oil.
5 things of oil.
Set it on fire. It goes. It blazes up, and it smokes horribly. Just this green, putrid smoke that billows up into the air. You imagine it can be seen for 20 miles maybe from here. It's just a thick black green smoke.
Okay. It's awful.
Tenoch, can you catapult it into that geyser over there?
No.
It's too heavy for that, I think.
Can we do that loud crashing sound into the geyser?
It's on fire right now.
We have dealt with it as much as we are going to be able to.
There's a lot of it left, guys.
Yeah,
It's
life
not
is much
done
like this. It's
burning
okay.
yet.
Let's keep moving.
All right.
We need to
And
get
for
out
the
of here.
record, there are things that haunt your dreams. It's always good to keep watch.
I haven't dreamed in a long time.
Ooh. All right, so you guys
I have are
set it ablaze, and you, Jesus, you guys set it ablaze and let it burn, and make sure that it's well ablaze, and then you start to make your way back, trying to follow your the route that you used to get here as best as you can. Let's do a group survival check. This will sort of give you some sort of an idea of how well you are able to find your way out of the cauldrons.
Would my I don't know if this ability,
Your background ability?
Would my background ability take in any effect?
Yes, absolutely, because you've already traversed this area. So,
And
what's
I
the name
rolled
of
a 22.
what's the name of the background ability for folks that might be watching?
Wanderer.
Ooh.
I have an excellent memory for maps and geography. I can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you.
Yep. So you'll have
There's some other
advantage.
stuff. That's big. Oh, okay, sweet. I'll roll again to see if I can get better than a 19.
Did anybody roll under a 12?
I rolled a 4,
Okay.
Yeah, Theo did.
but it was just me.
Okay.
My total is 22.
More than makes up for it. You guys follow Tenoch, who seems to be honed in on the path of least resistance, and you're able to skirt around these bubbling cauldrons. Various geysers erupt in front of you, but you're able to make your way finally out of the cauldrons and back into this sort of high elevation jungle. And you've made it out of the cauldrons. Where is your destination? Like, where are you guys headed from here?
I think
I
we
went
have to
to
go
our
back
boat.
to the boat.
Back
Yeah,
to Mora.
I would
Radu.
go back to the village, get our boat, and then at least we had planned to go back to the nice town with the people who were still alive.
Yep.
Okay.
If they're there.
Yeah.
Lumbakaya.
Lambakaya.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, so given Tenoch's ability to recall terrain, and given Danvirius, who has some pretty amazing bonuses to tracking and survival, we'll just kind of fast forward. You guys make your way. It's a day's journey, roughly, and you get to Moradu, where your boat is stashed at the top of a ridgeline. The bridge, if you recall, between the eastern and western portions of this village severed and hanging loosely across a chasm with a waterfall that falls down into a luxurious-looking pool below. You guys spend the night. If you want, you can explore the... You never did go on the west side of Moradu. That's up to you guys. Your boat is on the eastern cliff. So if there's anything you want to do in Moradu, now would be the time to do that.
Do we want to take a look around?
I would
During
like
the-
to.
Are there still undead about?
We'd
Yeah.
have to look to find out.
Let's take a close look.
Yep, I think I definitely want to stop by the gardens and just harvest a bunch of plants.
Oh yeah.
So we want to at least take a look into town to see if there's a pile of zombies still waiting to kill us, or if not. Yeah.
Yeah, we
So
can cleanse the town.
You guys
too.
recall there is a standing stones area where you had cleansed the blood amniote that you fought. That area, as you arrive, looks to be well recovered, with flowers blossoming, the mark of Biori having been graced upon this holy spot. You make your way across to the western portion of town. There are a number of zombies, the townsfolk, that are milling about, but you make easy work of them, putting them down, cutting them down, and dropping them. Byron, you seek out the gardens, which you find, and there are zelberry blossoms that you're able to, that seem as though they're still growing. Some of them have been trampled and destroyed, but you do find
Okay.
a few samples there.
I already have a zelberry blossom. Are there other plants that I could harvest that I've never seen before? If so, I'll-
Yes, absolutely there are. There
I'll
are a
harvest a
variety
few
of
random
crops.
ones.
Yeah, most of the crops are either fruits in the surrounding trees, or within these more cultivated areas, there are tubers and legumes that are growing on vines, like peas and that sort of thing. But yeah, you're able to harvest. You can even gather some food out of there if you want.
Yep. Oh, definitely.
Because a lot of it seems edible. And Tenoch, you may or may not know some of these plants. They are cultivars of wild plants in the area, so they might be a little bit different than what you're used to, but they have been grown here, and bred for generations by these people. But yes, you spend the night here. You kill off the rest of the undead, harvest some plants. The town itself is wrecked. It is there's no interior spaces that are still reasonable to stay in. There is blood and gore splashed across everything. It's disgusting. But you're able to make a small camp outside. But it looks like this town is lost. So that said, if you want to, is there anything, Tenoch? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Tenoch. If there's something that you wanted to do, but you have a night there. You spend the night. Nothing strange happens. You make the journey the next day, and find yourself at the Pinyara Ruins Portage, if you recall, where you met the ghost, and were compelled to follow him to the ruins proper. And that is about a half day's journey. And you know that it's approximately a day from that location back to Lambakaya.
Yeah,
I think this is the best place to spend a night before heading back to
Yeah.
Lambakaya.
I agree. We're not going to go check out that. I mean, Biori said she'd seal that ruin, right?
I don't recall that specifically if you're talking about Adama Lucy, but on the other hand, I still
Oh,
hurt.
yeah. Yeah, I don't want to go in there either. That sounds horrible. And we
Got a lot
got
of
that.
spongy bruise things.
We got that, and I'll flip to the page with the corruption wreath, and I'll be like, "We got this thing, so we don't even need to go back. It's just a ruin now, and you can leave it to the creepy things."
I'm in no mood to go back in there.
Yep, me either.
Maybe they
Yeah,
have
let's
a
just rest
halberd.
here and.
Hey, if you
No,
see any,
don't say that to him. Don't say that.
if you see any ghosts on watch, test the knife.
Okay. Yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, I tried it on a few of the undead back in Maradia.
But they were all spongy and corporeal.
You know,
Yeah,
I
it was
probably
pretty
would have
waterlogged.
done some identifying on perhaps that and the magnifying lens.
All right.
I mean,
I was
over
wondering
those
about
last few
that.
nights. Yeah, I'll be honest, I totally forgot about that until just now. But I would do that.
Okay. So yeah, you identify this magnifying glass, which is definitely magical. It's not like anything you've seen before. It is well crafted, metallic handle, in a crisp, crystal clear glass sphere or disc, excuse me, held within the frame. It is a magical magnifying glass that helps elucidate mysteries. While looking through the glass at an object within 1 foot of you, your proficiency bonus is doubled for intelligence, arcana, and intelligence investigation checks that you make to uncover fine details that aid you in the understanding of an object under investigation. You must be proficient in arcana or investigation to gain the effect.
That almost sounds like a plot device to help unravel a certain set of mysteries.
That is in
I
the
would never do that.
Pinara rune.
That's gross. That's gross.
That
I
is
would never
huge.
do that.
That is huge, though.
Let's see. Actually,
Maybe
It
that
is
would.
I'm not proficient in investigation.
I'm proficient in arcana.
Really, you're not a. I mean that. Oh man.
So
Would
I
that
just
help
I
with,
just
like a book.
shared it with you guys.
I
so
know.
you can,
I really want
see
it
it.
for my book.
No, we'll need to use it on the book. I just have a dirty feeling someone else is going to need to do the reading.
So that's the magnifying glass.
That's cool.
Nice.
And then what was the dagger?
The Dagger.
Dagger.
All right. The dagger. It is a +1 weapon. Requires attunement by a rogue. A rare item. Enchanted with deadly intent, this weapon's versatility is limited only by the imagination of its user. So it's probably not very useful.
Not in this case.
But just kidding. That was just a joke.
I accept your insults.
Thank you. It is a finely crafted knife, perfectly balanced and ideal for throwing. The blade appears ethereal when inspected and contains 3 charges, which it regains after each dawn. It is a blink dagger. If you hit an intended target with a thrown attack, you can use a bonus action, expending a charge to teleport to the dagger's location and grab hold of it. So as long as it is within 100 feet. Bound return is another option. As a bonus action, you may recall the dagger, expending 1 charge. It vanishes from its current location and materializes in your hand.
Did you want to be an
Sweet.
Eldritch Knight? This is how you become an Eldritch Knight.
Hell yeah. Does that mean it's all the damage is magic as well?
It's a +1 dagger, so it's
Yeah.
magical
That makes it
damage.
magic damage?
Yep. +1 to hit and +1 to damage.
I've been doing this whole time without any magic.
Yes, you
damage.
have.
That's fucking sweet, dude.
That's choice.
It's a good find.
Yeah, you can just drag the +1 dagger from the thing onto your character sheet, and it'll just do it all for you.
Oh, really? I've been typing it into the...
Just type in
I just
dagger
did.
+1, and I think
And
it
then
is.
here's the magical tracking sphere.
Dagger +1, and then drag it onto your character sheet.
But I get the sense that there's more stuff about it that I don't understand. Okay,
You do.
because it is.
What
the
I showed
princess
you
is
does
not
not
in this
show
vessel.
everything. Yep.
Right.
Yep. So that is, was that it? I think that was it.
Yes.
I think
so.
And and then the scroll of dream.
Yep. Did you look that up? What the dream spell
Oh
does?
yeah. Oh
Tell
yeah.
us about it. Tell us about it.
I'm gonna. Well,
Or do you want to
do you
save it?
remember? Do you remember? Yeah, you remember the seminal coming of age story? I believe it was Nightmare on Elm Street. Was it 5, The Dream Thief, or was that
Ooh.
3?
I think
Yeah.
5 was Dream Warriors, wasn't it?
Dream Warriors. Yeah,
Or was
maybe Dream Thief is the name of a novel by Dean Koontz. Wow. Anyway, yeah, Dream lets you like you can go into a trance and appear in somebody's dream, and act as a messenger. You can shape the dream. You can appear monstrous and scary if you want.
Jesus.
And yeah, it's some dope shit.
That's creepy as hell. I love it. I can't wait to see it in action.
I'm gonna use it.
All right. So you definitely, spent time identifying the items. You guys spend the night at the Pinyara Ruins Portage. And the next day, you make your way back to Lambakaya. And as you are, it's a beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful. The birds are flitting about in the canopy of the jungle. You've worked your way back down into this really lush jungle, this riparian area that is just full of life. It is hot. Byron, the bugs are terrible, but they all seem to be buzzing about you, to be honest. It's kind of ridiculous. Nobody else seems to have as much trouble with the bugs as Byron does. And as you're paddling, I need Byron. Why don't you roll a d6?
A 3.
Okay. As you paddle along, Byron, you're swatting at insects as they're biting you all over the face and arms, on your knuckles. The worst. Anybody who's been in northern Minnesota in the summertime knows mosquito bites on the knuckles are the worst. You kind of gaze over into the edge of the river, the thick vegetation, and there's a small clearing as you're floating past it. Tenoch and Rhunar paddling at this point, and you look and don't notice anything, but then you look back again and you look into the woods, and there is a small girl peering at you silently, just watching you paddle past.
Guys, over there.
And Theo looks over.
Roll a perception check, Theo.
Let's start paddling faster.
Can I check it out with the spyglass?
Sure.
Got a 5.
Oh no, the vegetation is thick.
24.
Theo, you do not see her, but Rhunar, you do see her, but she pulls back as you train the spyglass on her. She fades back into the woods and disappears into the darkness.
But I saw her, right?
You did see her.
It's a young girl.
She didn't seem scared at all, did she?
No.
Maybe she's a native of these woods.
Was she dressed somewhat similarly to, like... Oh, I forgot her name now.
Adama Lucy?
No, the woman from Lambakaya. Nimue? Nimue?
That's a great question. Roll a d20 for me. Let's let the dice decide this one.
17.
I mean, she appeared to have a garb similar to the peoples that you've encountered in these villages that you've been to. Even the ruined village of Maradu, you know, they had textiles that were woven from native materials from the jungle, and this girl appeared to have that same. You didn't get a long look at her; it was pretty quick, but she did appear to be. She wasn't like adorned in like anything that would set her off as different. She was very much muted, jungle sort of crafted clothing.
Well, she didn't seem to be looking for help. She seemed pretty cautious. I think we should probably keep moving.
Oh, definitely. I have a feeling we'll see her again.
You guys paddle on, and Rhunar, you're the first one to notice it with your passive perception. Zanara, her condition is worsening. She is still unconscious, but you look down at her, and you, at one point, for whatever reason, you peel back the scarf again that you had rewrapped around her neck on the wound, and you want to take a look at it, right, to see how she's doing, and you pull back the bandage and the scarf, and you can see that she has sores, like open sores and like boils that have formed on the surface of her skin around her neck and shoulder that are seeping sort of like this strange like milky white exudate, and she's breathing heavy again.
It looks like she's getting worse. Is there anything we can do for her? Theo, do you think you could...
I can heal wounds as they come, but if there's a disease or a curse or something, there's little I can do.
She might be poisoned or infected with something.
This is it. But hold on, let me try something. And Theo will kind of move back to where she is in the boat, and the sword will appear. Whoop, and he kind of presses the grip and the pommel and the cross guard, against her, and the hand over it, and I'll keep Theo cast Dispel Magic, which I will link here in a second as soon as I do it. And technically cast at 4th level.
Okay.
So if it's some sort of weird magical effect, it might have an effect on it. But of course, if it's a disease or curse or something. Although, do curses count as magical effects?
Your effort does not seem to change her condition.
Theo just kind of shakes his head. Whatever this is, we need someone with actual curative powers. Which, as he says that, there will also be a faint glow from the sword as he casts Cure Wounds on her anyway to try and ease some pain, heal up some sores, do what he can.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll for a Cure Wounds, please.
I could try to contact the Archdruid.
Did we use that potion that we had for poison?
It's a lot of hit points.
How many is it?
28 hit points.
Oh, as you do that, and Tenoch and Rhunar are having a conversation, her eyes open, and she reaches up and grabs your hand that you have, like, maybe on her chest or nearby, and she grips it, but it's a very weak grip. My brother, Xandar. And then she passes out again.
Oh shit, guys. Oh man, if we're worried about her suffering,
let us let's get to Lambakaya. Let's talk to them. I do absolutely believe Tenoch speaking to the druid may be a good idea.
Hurry up and call her. Call her quick.
Maybe
Use your
once we get to
magical
the
thing.
village.
I mean, we should call her now so she can meet us at the village, Theo. I
Do
know
you
you're
think
upset
she's
when
going
you're...
to come down and say hi?
I mean, she might meet us there. I don't know. She look at
Wouldn't
her.
be the
Look
first
at her.
time.
Beep, 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 beep.
You just did magic
hello?
shit, and she was like,
Hey, girl.
Yeah.
Hey.
and then,
Remember having a disease from a mummy. I completely understand.
Meanwhile,
we
Rhunar,
need,
you guys are
Tab,
still
you're right.
paddling.
You know who
You
we
and
need.
Dan Virius.
Yeah, we need you to take here. Why don't you come take the oars?
I'll flex and I'll show you the lack of muscle that I have, and I'll be like, you don't want me on the oars. And then I'll be like, but you know who we do need? Toad guy, frog guy.
He's not here.
If we can get her to...
Malakt!
There
We
may
need Malakt!
also be some help in cyber. We're going to have to take it as it comes.
We're here. Somebody take the freaking oars. And
Thea will take the orb.
I'll take an oar too.
I mean, Rhunar is still. I guess it would take two of you to make up for me.
Well, Dan
on the
Various
oar.
was just talking to Rhunar. We talked over it.
You guys continue paddling, concerned about your hitchhiker, shall we say?
And I'll send a message while we do so.
Oh, okay.
Or rather, I will use sending. I will take a leaf and form it into a bird, as I have done before, and then speak into it, and I will say, I'll say, if you're able, we have a gravely ill woman beyond our ken who needs perhaps your cleansing. And then I'll let it go to
Lambakaya. We'll be in Lambakaya. She'll
This
be
is
able to
to
find us, right?
Undama Lucy.
yeah, Undama
Yeah.
Lucy.
Okay.
I'm not worried about her figuring out where we are. She's the arch druid of this whole island.
Almost no time transpires after you say those words when you hear her voice. It's instantaneous, as if she's been listening for you. And she says, "Bring her to Nimue. Give her the Zelberry Blossom. She will know what to do."
And then I'll look to my fellows and motion that they get off these oars, and I will take over again.
Screw
And we
you,
will move-
Tenoch.
And we will move faster.
You guys paddle fast, almost Olympic speed, as you make your way back to Lambakaya, pulling eventually onto the beach late in the day, weary, beaten, but victorious. You have arrived at a safe location. One of the villagers is surprised to see you as he is fishing, and he pulls in his line and helps to receive the boat as you dock. And you are brought into the village. Nimue comes quickly to welcome you back, and there at that point the people bring you in and bring bandages and basins of water to help clean you. And you guys are covered in soot and slime and tissue of dead creatures. And although you probably were doing prestidigitation most of the way back, but they do help to.
He was too exhausted too.
Yeah, they provide you with the ability to cleanse yourselves, to take rest, and you find yourselves bringing the body of this woman to Nimue, who immediately sees the gravity of the situation and brings her into her personal hut and prepares a bed for her. You and then you guys are there. Do you give her the Zelberry blossoms that you have?
Oh, heck
How does
yeah.
that go down?
I'm going to give her specifically the one that Adama Lucy gave me, the special one. So I'll reach in to my pouch and I'll carefully lift it out and I'll hold it forward to her as one piece and be like, this was given to me from Adama Lucy. This is from the gardens of the Standing Stones of the Gardens of Muradu. She said, Tenoch told me that she said that you'd know what to do with this. I have more too, and I'll reach into my pouch and I'll pull out a couple more, and I'll pull out some legumes, and I'll pull out some other tubers, and I'll be like, I also got this stuff too. I don't know. Maybe you need it. I don't know. Is it important? Here. And I'll give it all to her.
It's like an eggplant.
Can you help her,
Zucchinis.
Emily?
Yeah, just save her. Just
Yes.
save her. She was trying to stop the evil.
Yes. Allow me some time to prepare. We have much work ahead of us this evening. Go take care of yourselves, and those of you who wish to join me, we will need your powers as we seek to bring this woman back from the edge of her death. And with that, she takes the Zelberry blossoms. She hands some of them to another woman that's with her, who takes them away. And you don't see this happen, but she goes and plants them in the garden and gives them back in the soil. But Adama, she takes one of the plant that you gave her from the Standing Stones, and she sets it down in front of her, and she starts to pluck the leaves off of it. And she starts to prepare something. And the rest of you go back to the hut that you stayed in before, which is still open for you, to rest momentarily as you prepare, if you wish, to join her that evening for some sort of a healing ritual that she will need at least some of your assistance with. And we'll go ahead and end tonight's session with that. You guys have returned to Lambakaya safe. You have acquired some interesting items that you will learn about more, and you'll see what happens with this woman next time on Beyond Saltmarsh. Well done, fellas.
Huzzah!
Huzzah. Holy shit.
Hell yeah.
Whew.
I finally have a magic weapon!
The head
Yeah,
of Dr.
dude.
Grah.
We got some cool stuff, man.
You did.
Yeah, we did. We got some money. We got that magnifying glass, which, by the way, I'm going to ask Theo to help me with Dralian's journal immediately.
Theo's already been doing that, so he's ready to help. And then he's like, "Oh, magic
hell
spyglass!"
Yeah, look at it through that thing.
It makes it really small. Oh, I've got it backwards. Never mind.
So the way I interpret it, at least, is that you need proficiency in one of the things
Correct.
to gain the double bonus in both things.
No, you get the double bonus in whichever one you have proficiency in.
But is anyone proficient in investigation?
No.
Okay, so
Well,
here's the deal. It's not going to help us, damn it.
well, Tenoch's proficient in Arcana, I assume.
So is Theo.
Yeah,
Sure.
but I mean,
Or is Theo.
it's an investigation check. It's not an Arcana check.
But perhaps Arcana would gain us different knowledge. Perhaps it doesn't help in this at all, and that's okay.
There's something else that
I guess you don't know till you try.
Yeah, we're going to have to try. We're going to have to try next session.
if we
You have
actually vote.
You have Grah's journal. You have Grah's head. You have the magical tracking sphere, the blink dagger, a pretty sweet scroll,
A nice dulcimer.
a dulcimer that's super
Yeah.
badass.
Yep. Oh, hell yeah. We have a
Gonna be some
magical
s-
sphere thingy.
Sweet
We have a-
tunes on the boat with that thing.
We have a nice wolf pelt.
Yup.
Yep.
And a
I have
golden
a silk
scepter of
toga.
bloodstones. A silk toga.
A silk toga.
Theo
I don't
could
know.
make a pretty cool cape out of the wolf pelt.
Mm-hmm. You have some pretty sweet, like 4-foot long mandibles from the Mosengi.
I could cut this toga up and make super comfortable underwear.
That's a really terrible idea if you like money. And I know Byron likes money.
Yeah, I think we could probably sell that. But
Hey, I got a
We
question. I got a serious question for anybody who is still with us. Does anybody want to win the Van Richten's Pocketbook to Ravenloft? We're giving away a
Holy
77 pages.
7 pages?
Yeah, PDF.
Is
It's
every
got
page full?
Yes. 5 fleshed out domains of dread. Over a dozen new monsters.
Holy
A new race, the Lycan,
good God.
which I know Ben from our Curse of Strahd game would absolutely love, because the whole time we were fighting the werewolves outside of Kresk, he was trying to, basically, I think he was trying to get killed by the werewolves so he could become one. There's a bunch of subclasses. The Accursed Ranger is the one that I thought was pretty rad. Bunch of magic items, you name it. There's maps, etc. All you have to do to win it is type in CZRPG. You're entered to win. Kirk's going to show you how to do it. It's very easy. Super easy to do. I encourage anybody who, Zimcolo, are you still here? Go for it.
They're always here.
Death OKGH. Hey, thanks for coming back. We appreciate it. Hop in there and enter to win. Your odds are good. That's all I'm going to say right now.
You play D&D. You support D&Ders.
Silver Red Fox Gaming? Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, they watch D&Ders. They play D&D. They gotta be cool.
The best. Guys, that sort of, I mean, there's still some loose ends, but that kind of wrapped up the Mosengi arc that we found ourselves going
Propelled
after.
into.
Yep. There are some little things that you might figure out if you so choose to investigate, but yeah.
We're investigators.
You are. Yeah, that was fun.
That was good. I love a good denouement episode where we get things like loot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's always fun to get stuff.
And enough money to pay our crew for like a day.
We made some good coin.
We've got we have 2 of the biggest possible gold sinks, I think, a wizard and a ship. Like,
yeah.
the only way to spend more money is if we owned a keep.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
I got to
I can
tally it
use
all
some of
up.
that money to add some of the spells from the spell book that I have access to my actual spell book.
Well, and you guys are going to be leveling up in the near future. So I know some of you and I have already chatted a little bit about that. So that may happen in the near future. Keep that in mind. But yeah, shit, let's do a giveaway.
Let's do it.
Yeah, buddy. Who
Who
wants to count down? Let's all pick a number. I'll start 5.
4,
4, 3,
6,
2.
9.
1.
1.
I think that's.
Oh, was I supposed to do
Wait,
something?
someone has to pick the
That's
0.
zero.
numbers. That's
There it
three
is.
numbers.
Was I supposed to do something?
I don't know, man.
How does this
I
work?
I ran away with it.
I'm not in charge of this shit, man.
I was just
We
following
definitely need somebody to be in
Byron's
charge of this.
I totally forgot. We have advantages that I never told all of you about.
Thanks for that. Hey, let's
bummer.
actually do that drawing before you do that, though.
Death okay.
Yeah, are you still here? I know
Ooh.
you were here a moment ago.
Oh,
yeah,
my.
entered.
Yep. If you're here, let us know. You just
They
won.
just entered like a minute ago.
You just
Death.
won.
Death.
You just won.
Death.
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 Guys, let's figure out while we're waiting for Death to join us. Let's think about who we want to raid here. Is Phoenix is on, maybe?
Yeah,
Phoenix Shows is on.
I'll go check him
Still
out.
in the starting soon screen.
Yeah, I know. He just posted
But if
on
we
Twitter
hang
that he
out-
was going live.
Death
We hang
Okay is
out
there.
for
He
like
says
a
everything
minute
froze.
Or 2 or 5 or 12.
We will. Let's hang out for just a minute because I really wish we could figure out how to time things a little bit better with him.
Me too. You know what?
Yeah.
I'll shoot him a message.
Hey, Death OK. Congratulations. You won Van Richten's pocketbook. I'll send you a whisper in a couple of minutes with the download link. Thanks to Christian, who is also in the chat. Hey, man, we appreciate you and you're sponsoring our stream. It means a lot to us. We are just a bunch of guys that like playing D&D, and you've helped to make that happen. And same to all of the viewers here who have joined us over this campaign. We've got a little ways to go still. We've got some adventures left in our pockets, in our pocketbooks, perhaps.
Why not? We'll go with it.
Yeah, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Are they on yet? I'm getting
I'll keep
super
mine, too.
antsy.
Phoenix is online.
Nancy.
It's just he hasn't started his stream yet. It's just like
Let's
at the
discuss,
starting screen.
I'm sending him a message. Start ! We want to raid.
I mean, we could always go to Manapot Studios.
He said okay.
We always
okay.
We always raid someone other than Phoenix. And Phoenix has earned our raid. He's always showing up.
It has been a while since we raided him.
It's been a while.
And I love
Been a
watching his
while.
streams. I watch his morning stream usually on Thursdays. I watch his morning stream on Tuesdays. Usually when I'm getting ready for work, I'll just like have some coffee, watch Phoenix, then I go to work.
They are in the hey, here's our characters art part. He's in his ad roll. Oh god, his ad roll is sexy.
Buddy.
It really is. Let's raid that son of a
All right,
gun.
let's raid him. Let's raid him right now.
Raid him. Yeah.
Let's
People
do it.
need to know.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and raid. Thank you very much for joining us. We're going to drop out. Thank you. We'll see you next week. Check us out tomorrow night, Midwinter Keening. Buy some merch, blah, 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 blah. Follow, etc. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.